For real? Oh, no.
Tacky.
Let's go.
Boston
You were the best.
State of
OH.
today.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey!
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. This sports program begins now.
Football.
It's magical. There's so many storylines all over the country, both in the NFL and in college. And I'll tell you what, the reason why I have this particular military appreciation cap on is because the Indianapolis Colts are all the way back. I don't know if you've been reading or seeing, but Phil Rivers, the 44-year-old grandfather, is back with the Indianapolis Colts to lead them, not only to the playoffs, but to a Super Bowl. Now, there's a lot of different memes, okay? And there's a lot of different words being put together about old Phil Rivers holding a grandbaby in one hand and then a football in the other while wearing an Indianapolis Colts uniform. What you need to know is this team's ready for a grandpa to be their quarterback, especially if they're a quarterback. Their grandpa quarterback will be able to spin it until the day he dies. The reason why he throws the way that he throws is because when he was just a little baby boy, when he wasn't strong enough to lift up a high school football in which his dad was coaching, he wanted to throw that thing because in his soul, he was a football spinner. And his arm couldn't hold the ball up where it was at. So he was literally just throwing it like this because he was such a little boy. That maintained and continued to become what? Well, one of the most deceiving releases in the history of ball. One that has thrown for thousands and thousands of yards a season for a long-ass time. And now the 44-year-old will see if he can defy the test of time and lead a team to some relevancy. Now, are there some downfalls potentially? Sure. Look at this road who the Colts have left. Okay, look at the remaining schedule for the Indianapolis Colts. Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. They're the number 2 scoring defense. Okay. San Francisco 49ers. Oh, yeah, they're the number 8 scoring defense.
Jeez.
How about the Jags? They stink, right? Nope. They just beat us, actually, and they're 11th ranked. And then, to wrap it up against the Houston Texans, yeah, that's the number 1 ranked defense in the league. So you got a lot of potential boo birds from the home crowd watching Colts at the Loud House, potentially with these defenses, but you also got an opportunity to build a Hall of Fame resume. If Phil Rivers comes off the couch after 5 years and plays well against these defense who are ranked statistically and optically when you watch them, some of the best of all time, you got to tip your cap to old man Phil Rivers, and you got to say shout out to Chris Ballard for not just punting on the year, okay, not just quitting on the year. They're saying, hey, it's week 15. We're still in this thing. We could still make the playoffs. And we need a quarterback that knows this offense better than anybody. Who's that? Oh, the guy that's been coaching all year. The guy that Shane Steichen started his career with. Oh, let's bring in Phil Rivers. Does he want to play? Phil Rivers go out there and say, hell yeah, man. We just lost state championship. I got a bad taste in my mouth. Right. Give me the ball. Well, we got to do some physicals for you. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not going to run. Don't worry about anything. Just make sure that this thing's good, and then if they're going to snap it perfect, you're going to snap perfect. Yep, I can't be doing the whole. Mm-hmm. We need these snaps, okay? And I might be a little bit deeper because I don't want to do anything. So maybe we get the long snapper out there. Maybe we get Luke Rhodes out there because where I'm going to be staying, I need these things to be right here, and then we're off and running, and we're going to feed all the weapons. We're going to put everybody in the right positions. There's a chance this works out very well. Now, on the flip side,
No.
I don't even want to say it.
I like that.
Others are saying it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be said. The flip side is...
Well, Jeff Saturday's been talking about this. The flip side is Jeff Saturday's situation that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff Saturday was on ESPN debating people, throwing out pancakes.
Love that.
Love him. Love Jeff Saturday on television. Love Jeff Saturday as a teammate. Love Jeff Saturday as NFLPA guy. Didn't necessarily love the outcome of Jeff Saturday as the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. After he goes from sitting in his house in Atlanta with his family, gearing up for another big-time get-up on Monday on ESPN, and he gets a phone call from Jim Irsay saying, Bards, we need you, brother. To do what, Jim? Are you watching this game? No, it's not even playing down here. What's going on? We need you to be our head coach. What? Jeff says. I don't think I've ever done it before. I mean, I'm a father. I've led a family before. I don't know if I've ever, high school I've done that. I don't know about NFL. We need just somebody to go in there. He goes in there, he gets a big-time win.
Yeah.
He beats the Raiders. Okay, and it's all of a sudden, well, is Jeff Saturday the greatest coach of all time? I went on this microphone and said, Bill Cowher, shut your mouth.
Fire McDaniels. The Raiders.
Yes, exactly. He gets fired because of that. Bill Cowher, though, comes out, says, this is an embarrassment to coaching. There are guys that cut their teeth to become a head coach. You're just giving this guy a job right off the couch is disrespectful, and he's going to do terrible, is what Bill Cowher said, basically. And I said, Bill Cowher, I got a lot of respect for you. Please, you don't know Jeff Saturday. Shut up, please. Joe Thomas is very loud. Joe Thomas did an entire campaign. Joe Thomas, greatest left tackle of all time, maybe. Never got a chance to win because he was the Cleveland Browns, which is certainly a bummer. But he came out immediately upon Jeff Saturday getting a head coaching job, disgusted for all the assistant coaches who have put their entire lives into this thing to become a head coach someday, to not get the opportunity to be the interim head coach. And I had to get on this microphone and say, well, I didn't have to. I felt at the time, you shut your fucking mouth, Joe Thomas. Okay? And Bill Cowher, you don't know anything about coaching. Okay, I don't need to hear that at all. I was blindly behind them. They beat the Raiders. I come in again, do my dance on Bill Cowher and Joe Thomas, loudly say, you guys got all figured out, huh? Okay, Jeff Saturday. And then we proceeded to not only give up the biggest lead in the history of the game at halftime, we just lost every game after that. Yep. And it did not look good at all. And boy, that was tough to handle. Just as a human who is going to blindly support the Indianapolis Colts because I appreciate everything that the Irsay family has done for me, that was a tough moment. This could be one of those. I thought about that last night with how positive I was with everything. I could be looking back here in 3 weeks, and it could be why did I ever think that it could go good? And I think that happened to you yesterday. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler here. Yep. You got a chance to sleep on it. You are the Uball champion. Congrats to you and Bud.
Thank you about that.
Whoa.
Let's make sure we keep that lower third up there to block that. Okay.
So D-Butt and who, you said?
Huge.
Yeah, Bone and Butt.
Yep.
Wow.
D-Block.
Yeah.
That's our name.
What's that?
Our name's D-Block.
Oh, sorry. The team formerly known as Bone and Butt is now known as D-Block, and they're U-Ball champions.
This is a beautiful trophy, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to see it.
I forgot about it.
It's shimmering.
I know most people probably thought it was stapled to that stack of money over there, but
well, it has been.
I'm glad it finally moved. We earned it. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. So, winning that championship with Bone, a lot of people forget we won a couple early in these. About to be, 13 weeks you guys had the ball. So we finally got it back. Boy, where's my stogie? Where's my stick? He's up here somewhere. But yeah, anything's possible. I slept on it too. I was very negative yesterday, maybe a little too negative. I apologize to Phil if he took any disrespect to that. He's an all-time great. And we got a 4-game stretch to get in the playoff. And if he does do this, I know his clock has to reset. But boy, if it resets and he goes on a run here, if we even get anywhere close to the dance, first ballot Hall of Famer, Phillip Rivers.
Amen.
So yeah, anything's possible. We don't have to talk about what can possibly happen the next.
Which is bad. It's bad.
Can I see those rankings
Oh, my
again?
God. It's going to get
defenses?
so loud. If this
2,
goes
8,
bad, it's going to get
11,
so loud. I'm not going to be able to get on the internet. Okay? I'm not going to be able to do it for a couple of days. I hope everybody understands.
That's what everybody expects, though.
What's that?
For it to be terrible.
Well, just like going into the season. Well, maybe this is why the optimism level was so low. Maybe they were right the whole time. It was 96% or something like that. The most negative fan base was the Colts, and I was kind of positive going in. And then we have the number one offense in the NFL. We're the best team in the league, and then all of a sudden injury hits at the worst possible position. And now 44-year-old Phil Rivers is coming out of retirement saying, hey, this feels like a daggum good opportunity. And I want to let Phil Rivers know I can't wait to watch. And he knows that there's something terrible that could happen.
Sure.
He knows that. And that's the risk of playing ball.
He doesn't know
Exactly.
that. I don't think he even sees that possibility.
Oh, you think he sees 4-0 right here getting in the playoffs?
Well, 1-0. This is Phillip Rivers. His all-time great. One game at a time.
Good
One game at a time.
Good call. Tough task out there in Seattle.
Yep.
We're going to learn a lot. But I'm behind Phil, and I'm blindly behind Phil. And I would like Phil to know that I appreciate him coming out of his retirement life, okay, to come and do this and commit to the city of Indianapolis and to the Colts again. And Phil should not know about the potential downside. Last night, there was a lot of that in my mind. Just for some of the things I was saying. About how good it was going. Yeah. And then you do look at that lineup of defenses, and it's like, man, this could go really bad. But it was already going bad.
Yes.
Exactly.
It was already happening. So why not take a shot on Phil Rivers, a guy who knows the offense better than anybody else could? And also, who's his backup? Oh, Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard out of Notre Dame. Well, is he going to be a little bit upset that maybe Phil Rivers is coming in here? Well, let's go to Gruden's quarterback camp presented by Barstool Sports, talking to Riley Leonard this past offseason.
Out of Alabama.
Sir.
But you are a quarterback, and you know Phillip Rivers comes from that same place. And you know Phillip. Have you thrown with Rivers and worked out with him?
Yes, sir. He lives probably 3 minutes from my house, so able to get over there and train with him. I don't think that there's a better person to train with when it comes to fast feet. His baby 5 drop. To see him move in person, it's really cool for me.
A lot of people said he's got a weird release. I'll tell you what, it was the quickest release.
There you go.
You can't see his release sometimes. That ball comes out of his hands fast and accurate. Because when I saw you play at Duke, don't I see the same type of delivery at times?
Yes, sir.
Anticipation, quick release. Don't I see Phillip Rivers right here?
Yes,
Make
sir.
a note about Rivers, will you?
Yes, sir.
We're going to learn about Rivers today, and we're going to win in the pocket.
Thank you to Coach Gruden, obviously, for everything that he does on the internet. And thank you for that particular clip to let me know that this isn't only a move for right now. This is a move for Riley Leonard's future. Okay? They're trying to bring in his mentor to actually get hands-on work with him. Grew up around the corner. Riley Leonard grew up in a really nice house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
Riley,
for him.
Congratulations,
Good for his parents.
He went to Duke and Notre Dame. They're living around the corner for Phil Rivers. Hey, No judgment. You're a dog. Dude.
Pretty
You're a
sweet.
dog. You could have been very soft from what it sounds like in my eyes, from what we were visualizing. And you're a dog. And he likes to run, pound the rock, and everything like that. But I like that that's a move that potentially maybe even brings out even more out of Riley Leonard in this entire thing. And maybe this is why Phil Rivers is like, yeah, Riley's there. I like Riley. He's like a little brother to me, basically. Getting an opportunity to do that. That's an added little wrinkle to this that has made me feel positive about the move, Con Man.
And the big three. Like, I feel like all the moves that have been made gives you kind of the mental fortitude to kind of trust what the big three, the ownership, is doing. I think D-Buck kind of nailed it. First of all, Philip Rivers is the best Philip Rivers has looked in 5 years. I think people are forgetting that over these past 5 years, Phil has never looked better than as he does right now. To D-Butt's point, people are expecting it to be terrible. That's why I think it can be terrible. It just can't be laughable, okay? We can't have him going out there tripping over lines. We can't have him going out there first throw pick six. Like, we can't have things like that happen. We need to just hammer Jonathan Taylor. And I'm saying we because I live in Indy too, all right? I don't want to live in a city where people are just laughing at the city that I live in. That's not fun whatsoever. So if he goes out there and he does the whole, throwing balls and they're landing 10 yards short, or he's throwing balls and every single one of them is barely getting past the line of scrimmage, we can't have that. Because if it's terrible, okay, so what? At least our team's trying. At least the Colts are going out there and trying to put a product on the field to get to the dance. But if he goes out there in first play, he tries to scramble around and he just gets Carson Wentz, or he throws a ball and it quacks as it leaves his hand. As his hands. It's not just a duck; it's quacking out there
through the sky.
Just that's when we're in the territory of like, okay, come on, put Tyler Warren back there, run the read option up and down this field. Let's make this game quick. Let's keep it ugly, but let's make it quick so we don't have to watch 4.5 hours of Philip Rivers just throwing lollipops and medicine balls.
That's not going to be it. Phil Rivers is not allowing himself to be seen publicly with a bad arm. Mm-hmm. Okay, that is not going to be something that Phil Rivers will let himself. You don't think Phil Rivers was in the backyard? Okay, he had each of his kids lined up at 10 yards. Okay, 10-yard difference. 10-yard goal line, check down.
Yep.
Somebody at the 10, at the 20, at the 30. He made it to his fifth kid. Okay, that's good enough to be able to do whatever you need.
Agreed.
Sixth kid wasn't able to get it. Okay, wasn't able to get to the other 40. Sue him at that age. But if he needs everything else, it's there.
Take the Alec Pierce under.
I think you can take just receiving in general across the board under.
Okay.
But rushing, I think you nuke that thing.
Well, and you're benefiting greatly from Phil Rivers, and you know this. Kevin Clark reported that Drake May was working with Phillip Rivers before the draft.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Phillip can still throw it, and yes, he can still trash talk, says Drake May, because they had a contest, and guess who won? Phil Rivers did. And that's that daggum competition level that nobody else can really find.
Yeah, Carolina boys.
That competitive fire that Phillip Rivers has is what's going to drive him to put us in the right positions, to make the right plays, and not expose himself. And there's been some mic'd up highlight reels put together on the internet, much better than the ones that have been on TV. Just remember, whatever's going to happen here is going to be electrifying, and Phil Rivers is going to make it awesome. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, a man who potentially his rookie year could have, his whole career could have been, 2016, 2019, 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Close when I retired. The most passing touchdowns in the NFL. Look at that list. Look at that list.
Yes, wow. Forget.
Who's playing still?
Russ.
Nope. He's not playing. He's on a team. He's doing entrance to stadiums.
Still good in the community.
I do respect Russell Wilson, the human. Okay, football-wise, we can all agree.
He stinks.
At this stage?
He stinks.
Hall of Famer, though. I would like to let it be known. I think Russell Wilson should be a Hall of Famer.
Sure.
Super Bowl champion. I don't think you can tell the story of football without Russell Wilson, personally. I think that is a part of the story. People are going to hold a lot against him, though. Yep. And there's going to be a lot against him. So I'm not saying that I don't like Russell Wilson and don't think that is the case. But back in the time, Russell Wilson was the guy. This is the reason why I would talk about Russell Wilson being a first ballot Hall of Famer. But the only one that's still doing it, this guy, Phil Rivers, okay? So let's make sure we put a little respect.
We haven't seen him do it yet. Remember, today is the day, right? It's Wednesday. He's got to throw.
It might take a G day.
Is he still on the practice squad? officially?
Nah, they already rolled him up.
Oh, they already
I think they gave him the C as well. I mean, they yanked the 17 jersey off Dan Jones's corpse and already put it on him.
Had to. Couldn't be out there in any other jersey.
He's on practice squad, okay? But this is just standard operating procedure as you can, because why do we cut somebody immediately from the active roster if we don't know what's going to happen here? The NFL has allowed teams to put vets onto the practice squad. It's a good move. But AQ, I ask you.
It's a big day.
Phil Rivers going to be able to get the job done here? What is his biggest limitation? Now, I know we're...
That wasn't my laugh to the mic.
It was mine. I apologize. But it's because of how AQ is looking at you as you ask this question, okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't like any of these vibes right now, okay?
I'm smiling.
I don't like the way you're looking at me. As a guy who knows everything about all these defenses, what is the benefits, I guess, of having Phil Rivers as the quarterback? If you just can't find any, I guess we'll hear what you think is potentially a drawback or two in this entire thing.
Well, what I think is, I remember a couple weeks ago we had Seattle Seahawks as the number one offensive line. Sam Darnold threw the ball 9 times. That's what we need moving forward. Okay. We need Phillip Rivers to throw the ball 9 times. Lean on the offensive line.
You haven't seen him throw the ball.
We don't need to see him throw the football.
What if he's right now? What if you have no idea?
You're right, but he's going up to Seattle.
Well, is Drake May pretty accurate?
Yeah, it looks like he might be the most accurate quarterback in the history of football.
Okay, so who did he lose to in an accuracy contest this last offseason?
The targets were at 9 yards. That's
okay,
don't matter.
Draw them up. We need
Crossing
14
routes.
different 9-yard options on every single play is what we need. Will the offensive line be able to protect? What do you think? Do you think they bring in a heavy package? Do you think we're going to have an extra offensive lineman probably because he's not going to be able to move and we're probably going to be running a lot? Like, what do you expect from Shane Steichen with a 44-year-old coach and Jonathan Taylor offensive line?
I think the ball needs to get out quick because, as we know, Mike McDonald is going to bring pressure, and he's going to bring pressure often against a quarterback who hasn't seen live defenses fly in front of his face in how many years now? 5. There
But he
it
figured
is.
something out.
Defenses have become much more sophisticated, much more complicated. First time he's going to step out there, he's going to see big number 99, Leonard Williams staring across, lined up in an overload defense. They're going to bring double corner blitz, drop out 5 guys. You just never know what's going to happen when you play Seattle, and when you haven't seen defenses now in 5 years.
Well.
It's going to get interesting.
He's got a bunch of kids. Rumor has it he's been playing a fair amount of Madden.
Okay, see? So he might know McDonald's defense better than McDonald does because he was probably studying back in Baltimore whenever he was playing Madden just a few years back.
Good
So,
point.
I mean, we're in a new world.
Fair.
What about virtual reality? I see Phillip Rivers walking in, taking the reps, and then actually getting into it, seeing the whole thing. They're saying he'd catch up quickly. Now, I was told, though, mentally wouldn't be the issue. So if it's been 5 years and they're changing it up, it should be like riding a bike for Phillip Rivers to understand what they're trying to do. Physically is the big thing. So you talk about it coming out quick. What does that mean? We're cut blocks on the offensive line to get
both tackles should be cutting. We jump set in the middle of the pocket, get a nice clean pocket, maybe even set them up at 6 yards instead of 5 yards. Just let them get the ball and get that thing out fast.
Okay, so we think shotgun. We got shotgun, so he doesn't have to do the drop back. We don't have to worry about stepping on somebody's shit or you stepping on your own shit or any of the stuff, doing any of the shit, right?
That's right.
We got him back here. He's here. Jonathan Taylor here?
Absolutely.
Tyler Warren here?
Sure, we could do that.
Okay, so
we get double chips going out if it's a pass play.
Boom, on the way.
We run a lot of screens, maybe a little tight end Y screen early, get him some confidence, get him some completions early. Little bubble screen, maybe even a little halfback screen. Get him 3 screens right off the bat.
And what Seattle knows that they're trying to do this as well. So is that pressure, or are they fake pressure kind of hold because they know everything's coming to them?
Well, Seattle does a lot of simulated pressures, but they also bring it, and they are going to bring it this week. And I guarantee it, early, they're going to bring something just to see how Phillip Rivers can pick this up.
Oh, a little bit of a temperature check on the 44-year-old grandpa.
Absolutely.
And also, you guys are rolling around his feet a little bit, I assume, after?
Oh, you're going to touch him.
See, can't do that. That's the worry. Like a Rodgers Jet situation. Like, what if he comes out and first throws a dart?
What you don't.
And it's like, oh my God, hold on. Phillip Rivers, he's going to do it. And then just one hit.
No.
Just.
Don't want to hear that. That's the devastation. That's the devastation that could happen.
That might be the best case scenario, actually.
For who?
For the Colts. If Phil Rivers didn't blow both his knees out and both his shoulders on one hit, then maybe we go on and win this game, Like, that might be...
Both his shoulders?
Everything. If Phil Rivers just gets sawed in half by Leonard Williams and his whole body collapsed, then we might go on a run.
I don't like that that's in the universe. Let's head over to Hammer Dahn. AP Tone. What's going on, brother? Oh, he just took a dump.
Yeah, he just got done taking a poop.
Yeah, from what I've been told, Bruce told me, hey, Tone's back, but Bruce set him up for him not actually being back.
What's that, boys?
Hey, happy you're okay there. Love the hoodie. Love what you're doing also. AQ, we respect and appreciate the troops. Vince Wilfork will actually be joining us in about 10 minutes, who just wrapped up a holiday tour with the USO, where I think he went to 5 different countries in 7 days, saw the troops, said what's up. So mad respect. Obviously, Army, Navy this weekend. Cannot wait to see how that ends up. Obviously, a special game in our country. Now, we're talking about Phillip Rivers, and Connor just made a point maybe about Phillip Rivers getting both of his shoulders blown out and both of his knees in one particular hip. Maybe he saw it in actual half in this entire thing. There's certainly some negatives. What do the sports books say? Because I thought about a couple of these games. Houston's playing who?
The Arizona Cardinals.
What's the spread there? That's got to be a big one. Arizona just got absolutely demolished.
That was 9.5.
That's got to be the biggest of the weekend, right? 9.5?
No, it's not the biggest of the weekend. The Eagles are playing the Raiders. That one is at 11.5. Let's see here. The Niners are playing the Titans. That one's 12.5. So that one's got to be the biggest. Nope. Colts are going to Seattle, 13.5. That's actually the biggest one of the weekend.
13.5. Yeah. We had the Titans-Niners one wrong there. Niners obviously favored over the Titans there, especially at home. But whenever 13.5.
Yeah, biggest of the weekend, of a weekend of big spreads.
Houston is playing Arizona.
Good football team.
Without both starting tackles.
For Arizona?
Yep.
What?
This is Arizona color commentator AQ Shipley with some information that you, as a national potential gambler, if you do have a gambling problem, we would like you to get help for that, obviously. But this is somebody that maybe has some information early in the week that we don't all have. Both tackles out for the Arizona Cardinals, and they're playing the number one defense that has the Houston sack station. If you're just looking ahead at a game that, like, you would think biggest spread of the weekend, you would think it would be that one. Mm-hmm. Colts, Seahawks is the biggest. They have no respect for Phil Rivers.
Yeah, but Jacoby has played football this century.
Well, 5 years, century.
More
Decade. My apologies.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, time is something, and time is what we're all battling against. And we're going to see if time had troubled Phil Rivers, or did time make Phil Rivers better? And maybe Phil Rivers finds himself in the Hall of Fame.
He might be fast as shit now. Like,
don't know.
Who says he doesn't have a 10-yard burst that we've never seen?
Maybe he has one of them trailers that Matthew Stafford was going in. Maybe he's been in one of those trailers.
Immortal.
That shit.
What's that?
Nah, he's old school. You living in Alabama? You think that's
Yeah, I mean, last time
I would say Birmingham, Alabama has advancements in technology. Remember, that's where Dr. Andrews is located.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we had him on the show, I think he had like AOL for internet. Yeah. You know, he had pretty much dial-up, so I don't know if he's getting the immortal chamber, but he could. He might have that thing parked right outside his backyard.
Phil Rivers, at his press conference, was asked about his current weight, and his response was, "I'm not sure. Not sure what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo, but I ain't ran away from anybody anyway. So who cares if I look like a blimp, boys? It ain't about that. It ain't about that."
What is he doing?
He looks like a tackle. He looks like an offensive tackle.
Well, and that's good, because remember when Ben Roethlisberger kind of grew into that shape as well, he was impossible to take down.
That's right.
And that is, Phil Rivers already has the double ankles taped.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Exactly. I mean, we should definitely be wearing all black, but I love the way he looks, and it's great. We love you. We love you, man.
Go get him, Phil.
All right, let's talk about some other news around
safe.
the football.
He looks great.
To be fair, the last time we saw him on the field, I know it was 5 years ago, he was still spinning it. So it's not like the last time we saw him.
5 years, yeah.
But hey, it's not. So we've seen some quarterbacks at the end look absolutely terrible. So
playoffs, right?
Yeah,
the last time he was here?
Almost beat the Bills.
He is the best. He is by far the best quarterback that we have had since the whole thing happened.
This is the graphic.
Then he takes, that graphic that they put together, Colts VZ, and that was rude to put, great graphic, rude to put that together. Since Andrew Luck's retirement, all the quarterbacks that we have tried and given a go and paid, I mean, there's multiple $20 million quarterbacks in there that we tried to kind of replace in there. Phillip Rivers was by far the best one we had. Sorry. Danny Dimes was the best guy.
There you go.
That we absolutely had. Phil Rivers, before that, got us to the playoffs, was not able to run. I mean, he was not able to run. He was Carson Wentz with 2 sprains. all the time. I mean, it was peg-legging that entire thing. But just his competitive spirit, his ability to understand what's going on, and spinning it. He was always spinning it, and it felt like he was always helping his teammates, talking shit for his teammates, setting things up. It's like, you get a guy back in the room, I think that's good news, and we're pulling for him. All right, let's go to college football. Congrats, Matt Campbell is your guys' coach. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Matt Campbell is the head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. AQ, obviously, you're a member of the Penn State Nittany Lion cult. This would have been a good hire, I think, immediately out the jump. If you guys move on from James Franklin and announce that you're hiring Matt Campbell out of Iowa State, I think ball knowers that know Matt Campbell would say, that's a great hire. We don't know how the hell you got Matt Campbell out of Iowa State. NFL had been trying to poach Matt Campbell for years, allegedly. Other teams have been trying to poach Matt Campbell for years. I think once Matt Campbell maybe learned of some of the opportunity that was available, maybe it was a decision like, yeah, I should go try what Penn State has. It was very emotional. Iowa State was very cool on the way out, very thankful for it. It felt like it was a celebration of Matt Campbell going over there. How do you feel at this hiring? Now, I will say, I can't believe it happened for you guys. I thought you guys were in some deep shit whenever it was all happening. But this feels like a massive smashing success of a hire for you guys, especially with the culture you're trying to have.
Yeah, I thought this was a home run. And I thought just watching everybody talk about him, all of the media, everybody thought this was a home run hire. I think it's the best fit, all of the things. And I think he nailed his press conference. He showed emotion. He showed humility. He was humble. And he kind of gave props and thanks to the history while also acknowledging the future. I think he's been fantastic from the minute he took over, and they did a great thing in keeping Terry Smith. So I think they hit a home run on all levels.
And it was getting bad.
It was getting ugly.
There was leaked audio,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't like. I don't like that at all. I felt weird listening to it, but I certainly did, because it was out there, so he had to know what was being said. That felt like a weird thing. Felt like there was attack from within, too, on the entire process.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
I think, obviously, the leaked audio was somebody in a room. Didn't feel like there was a lot of people in that room.
No.
From the way it sounded, it didn't feel like there was a lot of people in that room. I wonder if Pat Kraft, who was the one speaking in that audio, would put himself back in that room and go like, well, wait a minute,
I'm sure
there's three people.
Only three of us,
narrowed down
Yeah,
pretty.
I think we could probably figure out who that is, but that was an attack from within. And then there was donors that were unhappy with the situation. Like it felt like it was getting loud. To get Matt Campbell and kind of quiet it all, great hire, I think, personally, for you guys. Good luck to Penn State. Let's talk about good for Oklahoma. The university just canceling all the shit. Hey,
awesome.
We're in the playoffs. We got a home game. Don't come to class. We're not expecting it. Your professors don't want to come to class. None of us want to do this. So let's celebrate the hell out of ball. Let's head over to Hammer. Dahn. I love the message coming out of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner World, Tone Diggs.
Yeah, I do too. This is awesome. This is, schools have done this in the past, but just to see this happen again is something that needs to happen so that the students could get. I assume the football team wanted this, the coaches wanted this, everybody wanted this, so the students can get lubed up all day long and be loud and full throat for the game on Friday night, because it's a big one. They won down in Alabama, but they got dominated as far as yardage. They were Alabama had 200 more yards than Oklahoma when they played Bama. Oklahoma had a pick six and a huge punt return that kind of flipped that game. A lot of turnovers from Ty Simpson in that game with that really, really good Oklahoma defense. So this one, it's a 1-point spread. Some places have it Oklahoma favored by 1. Some people have it Alabama favored by 1 or 1.5. But most of the money lines are -110, -110. This is by far the closest spread of the first round. And a lot of people are thinking it could be the closest game as well.
Yeah, and then obviously next day got Miami and Texas A&M, Tulane, Ole Miss, JMU, Oregon. Now,
watch out.
What? Who?
Oregon better watch out.
Yeah, those Ducks better watch out.
What's that? Everybody
feels like the only dog that can win.
JMU
might be JMU. This weekend.
travels
next
well.
weekend. Excuse me.
Oregon's got their coordinators taking head coaching jobs other places. Are they even focused? A lot of people are asking.
Oh, is Oregon going to think that JMU is just going to waltz? Remember, JMU, a lot of wins this year.
Oh, yeah.
One loss, JMU, a lot of wins this year. They're a winning program. A lot of people think Oregon's just going to kill them. And maybe Oregon thinks that? Is that what you guys are thinking?
Well, I don't know. Rumor has it, too, that Bob Chesney, head coach of JMU, said, hey, if we win this game, I'm not going to UCLA. I'm staying here.
Is that – where did you hear that from?
It's been floating around Twitter, X a little bit.
Yeah, somebody's going to put that out as if we actually mean that.
No, I saw that on Twitter.
Thank you,
I
thank
also
you.
saw on X that Dante Moore is already thinking like, so how does draft prep work? Like,
you think he's not focused on JMU?
That's just. I mean, his OC ain't. Where's his OC?
Okay, so you guys are
Kentucky.
I didn't know we were doing all this.
Trap game.
They're 20.5 point.
That's
Exactly.
not good.
Exactly.
That's not good.
Just like Seattle.
Is Oregon about to get?
Yeah.
No, they are.
Yeah. You know that 2020 Super Bowl team I was on?
Yeah.
3 JMU offensive linemen on that team.
What? Mm-hmm. I didn't know they had NFLers.
Earl Watford, Aaron Stinney, Josh Wells, all offensive linemen. They're going to win in the trenches. Don't sleep on JMU.
I got a stat for you, okay?
Yes. Tell them, Tony.
There's 4 teams where the offense and defense is both ranked in the top 10. That's Indiana, that's Texas Tech, that's Oregon, and that's JMU.
Wait a minute.
Boom. And number 1 team in the country. Where'd all their players come from?
Last year.
And where'd their culture get set from?
Yeah. JMU, I guess. You're right. Okay, all right. I understand what we're saying. Oregon is different this year for them, though, right?
Yeah, because they're ain't as focused.
All right, let's move along. That's crazy to think. Because if Tulane wins or JMU wins.
Well, Tulane's not with it.
Okay, there you have it. So it's all on JMU.
Stinks.
Yeah. Ole Miss is going to win by 50.
Also,
but
JMU's the only one that's got a chance for that big of an upset. Tulane's
don't love Tulane's head coach saying, I got 2 phones, 2 jobs, 2 hours of sleep less. You're going into the playoffs. We don't need to see the split hat with Florida and Tulane. You just can't do that.
That was real?
The split tarp is sick.
Yeah, I don't think people are very happy that his team's in there either. So him saying, yeah, you're not, think about me, I could be doing a lot more shit. But on that note, congrats to him on getting a job with Florida and getting Tulane into the dance. A lot of people attacking Notre Dame and, Miami and Alabama and everything. Tulane and JMU are in the college football playoff. And I don't want to stick up for ESPN because everybody understands that I've gone to war with ESPN publicly multiple times throughout a lot of different years and a lot of different events. But everybody that say all ESPN cares about is ratings and money, you don't think they would have called and said, hey, we're changing the top 5 champions thing. We're not having 2 of these teams in this 12-team playoff, right? I thought about that last night. I'm like, why didn't they – we could have got they could have said we could only get 1 group of 5. There could have been some clause that they could have added in there, and the only people that would have been pissed were the small school that was going to get fucked this particular year. So 2 group of 5 schools in there, Notre Dame out. I don't know if money was the decision. Okay, I don't know if money was the decision, and I don't know if necessarily the TV network was in control of it completely.
You're saying they wouldn't have rather had Notre Dame versus Ole Miss or Notre Dame versus Oregon than who those teams are playing right now?
I just don't think so. I mean, there's some people in positions that we don't think they make a lot of good decisions in some places. Okay, we've seen them all. It is crazy when you get a peek behind the curtain too in a lot of places. I'm not saying just one place. I'm talking a lot of places. You get a peek behind the curtain, somebody's making a decision, you go, how the fuck is that? That's the thing, making the decision? Then you look at it, this is inspirational. If that thing can get to that position, anybody can do anything.
Why are they holding their breath?
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's a 5-time All-Pro. A man who played 13 seasons in the NFL. Beloved, I believe, by literally everybody. Fresh off a USO holiday tour where he went to 5 countries in the Middle East in 7 days to say thanks to the troops. Living legend, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Vince Wilfork. How are you, man?
What's going on, everyone?
Dude, thank you for joining us. Thank you for going on that USO tour. I had the opportunity to do that, I forget what year it was. We went over to Japan. The USO people are fantastic, spectacular. Yeah. How was your trip, and what's your big takeaway from it, Vince?
This is my 3rd year doing it, and this year was absolutely amazing again. You just don't understand how much our service members and their families sacrifice, and just a little bit of our time during this holiday season, just to bring them a little joy and a little smiles. It means a lot to them. I mean, we are represented very, very well as America in these different countries. So to be able to get guys out there like myself, Jeff Ross, the Roastmaster, Ernest, and Cody, Dahn, and Mia Jackson. Mia, a comedian. We just brought all these cheers and joy for the holiday season, and it's always a touching time of the year for me, just giving back and just showing them how much love and support we have for them, because these guys are deployed and away from families and all that stuff. So. They do the dirty work and they make their sacrifices daily for us to have the life that we have. And the least we can do is just give our time back to them. So, we're not all military, but at the same time, we can all support. And I think during the holiday season, right after Thanksgiving, heading into Christmas, being able just to be with our service members, man, it's just a joy. And it's just so much excitement when they see us and they smile. And And some of the times, we heard a lot like, man, these higher ups telling them, like, we haven't seen you smile in months, and all of a sudden they laugh and smile and have a good time with us. And that's what the USO is all about, just giving our time and just understanding they're not alone, and we're here to back them and support them.
You're a good man, Vince. Thank you to the troops. Thank you to the troops. But you're a good man for doing that, Vince. Obviously, you don't have to do that. Like the people that do charity and give back, everybody's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, yes, I think that is what you're supposed to do, but not a lot of people do that. Signing up to leave your family and friends during a time in which it's very vital to be around family and friends, to spend time with heroes that can't be with family and friends, is a very cool thing, Vince. We appreciate the hell out of you doing that. I was following along with Ernest. The DeVille Records, Big Loud Boys were posting a lot. Saw you in helicopters. I saw Jeffrey Ross doing some magical stuff. Cody was obviously cooking out there. I love following along with what you guys did, and we can't thank you enough for doing that. Now, on that note, a lot of ball knowers, in those military trips. A lot of ball knowers, a lot of opinions, a lot of ideas, a lot of football fans. Who do you think is in the best position around the NFL right now if you were to compare your two teams, the Houston Texans or the New England Patriots? And then we can also add in the Indianapolis Colts, because we just signed Phillip Rivers, Vince. Yeah, Vince. Yeah, Vince, you guys are in some shit now, brother. But on that note, your two teams, the Patriots and the Texans, seemingly very, very good. How much have you been paying attention, and what are kind of your thoughts on both the squads?
Well, I pay attention. I pay attention. I think both of these organizations and teams is got something to prove. I think, what Mike is doing in New England is amazing. Get the team and rally the troops back and get us back on track. But to me, the scary team is Houston. Because if Houston if they could just figure out their offense, they're going to be a problem. They got one of the top defense, if not the top defense in the game, and we all know defense wins Super Bowls, and they have it. If they just get it together offensively, I think that's a scary, scary team to see in the postseason. And I remember in 2007. With us going to playing a New York Giants team that was, I think they made the playoff 9-7, was a wild card, and they went on to win the Super Bowl. But they peaked at the right moment, and I can see that happening with Houston if they get offensively, if they get it going. I think this team can be very, very scary. So I'm pretty excited for both organizations. I played for both of them, amazing organizations, great fan base, and this time of the year, you have to play your best. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But I'm sitting pretty good in the good shape with two of my former teams in the race and in the hunt, with Houston being in the hunt. So I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season.
I like that you have two teams that are winning, because the Houston Texans organization for a little bit there, they look like ass cheeks. And then the Patriots had a couple years there where it's like, wait, are the Patriots about to be ass cheeks? And then lo and behold, two organizations that have good people in powerful positions, turn it around and make them great. Now, on that note, speaking of being great for a long time, we have diehard Patriots fan, Boston Connor, who is very eager to speak with you, Vin.
Yeah, Vin, thank you for your service, first of all. I think across the board, you're one of everybody's favorite players just in the history of football, but in New England, you are especially beloved. Every single year you were on that D-line. It was just kind of something that the team and fans could hang their hat on. And speaking of the D-line, the Patriots paid Milton Williams, the D tackle from Philadelphia, over $100 million. He's the highest paid player in the history of the Patriots, and he plays on the D-line. The Texans, their highest paid player is Danielle Hunter, also on the D-line. Can you just talk about the importance of having that kind of top-tier, dominant defensive line and why that leads to so much success, not just as a team, but a defense as a whole? And just your thoughts around D'Amico and Mike Vrabel being kind of defensive head coaches, especially in today's NFL where everybody seems to be trying to get the newest, brightest offensive head coach.
Well, I think it starts up front. I'm a big believer. You have to start in the trenches, offensive and defensive line, if you want to be successful playing the ball of football. I don't care what level you're at, because we've seen a couple years ago Cincinnati, had a shot at the end of the game, but they couldn't get the ball to a wide open Jamar Chase, with Ramsey falling on the ground because Sam was Aaron Donald was in his face being sacked. So, and I think I posted then, I'm like, everybody want to talk about these elite skill positions, but if you can't get the ball to them, it doesn't matter. So I'm a big believer in going up front, fixing the offense, defensive line, and building your roster around that. You have great success in this league, and with D'Amico and Mike, two defensive-minded coaches, you know they're going to play some good football. You know, they've been doing an amazing job. Especially D'Amico, you know, the couple of years he's been a head coach, man, his defense been on fire. And Mike, you know, I played with Mike. I played for Mike when I was in Houston and everything. So I know defensively they understand what it takes to get there, right? And I think that's for me, if I'm building a roster, that's the first place I would attack, because without those guys up front, you know, it really doesn't matter. And plus, they're game setters. You know, they set the tone in games. You know, if you can have a defense and offensive line can run the football and can be able to stop the run and rush the passer, you know, get guys in third and long, you're going to have some good success. So I think both teams, they have what it takes defensively on that front, and the offensive line. That's the key. You know, can you block? Can you hold up? Can you defend the run when you have to defend the run? Even though this league now is a more passing league, but in the day you're going to have to run the ball at some point. Can you get those yards? If it's 4th and 1, can you get that 1 yard? When you talk about it all year in training camp and leading the season, it's going to come down to a play sooner or later where you have to be able to stop the run and make a play. Can you gain that inch? Can you gain that 1 or 2 yards in 4th down? Defensively, can you hold? Can you hold and be sufficient on those plays? So I think both of these teams has it up front. And that's why it's going to be some fun football. And we just talking about these two teams, but we have other teams in the league that has pretty good offense and defensive lines too. So I'm a huge, huge believer with the front, offense and defensive line. I'm going to always spend my money there. If I'm a GM or a head coach, I want to make sure we have playmakers at those positions, guys that can change the game.
Build from the inside out. You know, I think we believe in that as well. We actually have a segment every single week where we go in the trenches and we rank the top 5 offensive lines each single week. And that has basically told us which teams are going to win the Super Bowl. If you can block and you can stop people from killing your quarterback, you're going to win the Super Bowl. The defensive line, though, if you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and the teams that made it last year, the D-line having 4 1s basically seemingly is the new game. So the trench is more important than it has been, I think, in like the last 10 years nowadays. On that note, a man who battled in the trenches with you has a question.
Yeah, Vince, my name's A.Q. Shipley. I played 12 years as a center in the league. Went against you twice, once in New England, once in Houston. I'm sure you remember. Because those weeks, night sweats, nightmares, all of the things. I think we actually have a clip. We might have a clip of how hard I made it. And then all of a sudden you pressed the shit out of me. So that was really cool. So that was really cool. But I just want to know at what age you realized that you were bigger, stronger, and more athletic than every single person on planet Earth.
I think in high school I understood. You understand? As a freshman in high school, I was 275 pounds. You know, as a freshman. And then my sophomore year, I was 300 pounds. So they moved me from defensive end to defensive tackle. So I knew then, you know, I was pretty gifted when it came to my size, my speed, my, you know, football IQ. I learned a lot of football, especially going to UM and then getting a chance to play for Bill Belichick. I learned a lot of football there. So I think in the league, it took me 4 years. And a lot of people don't understand. I had to learn how to play nose tackle because I was a defensive tackle my whole career. So defensive tackle and nose tackle are 2 different positions. So I had to learn the game of nose tackle. And it took me 4 years when I realized how to play that position, and I was real comfortable at that position. I think at year 4, that's when my career really took off because I kind of understood how to play that position. So, you know, I've always known, and since high school, like, this is what I was destined to do. This is my gift. How can I be the best I possibly can be and just put the work in and just learn the game itself from the inside out, you know, understand offensive formations and blitz and coverages, the rotation, if we check, what we're going to do. It was a lot that came with it, but I put the time in just to understand all of those things, and it worked out well for me.
A lot of highlights against the Colts here. Don't love that, obviously. Got a chance to witness it in real time. You talked about going to Miami and obviously playing great ball. You were a part of something special down there, and we're in a special time of season. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, first and foremost, great to see you, Big V. Can't wait to catch up with you, man, down there in the crib. But As a BCS national champion, what's your thoughts on the new format with the college football playoffs now at 12 teams with their shot to shine? Maybe going to 16 soon. Who knows?
Hey, Miami got in. Stop shaking your head. Stop shaking your head, Vince.
I think we need to go back to the 4-team model, even back to the old school BCS model, and figure out who can play for the national championship. But what's your thoughts on that? And kind of remind us of kind of who were some of those other players on that defense with you on that national championship team?
Right now college football is way different. I mean, it's a lot of football being played. I mean, you're looking at teams now playing 14 games or whatever it may be. You basically playing an NFL season, not college. You're talking about these kids that's still developing and still learning the game. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but hey, it is what it is. Who cares what I think? But
we care, Vince. No, that's why we asked, Vince. That's why we asked.
It's always going to be a problem, right? Because, you have some conferences are better. Some don't have enough talent, enough people in their conference, and they go out and be undefeated. And the first question they ask, well, you didn't play nobody. And I always tell people, hey, we played in the Big East when I played, and we went on and we did what we had to do. And, history just itself, with guys, Jonathan Vilma, DJ Williams, Ed Reed, you talk about Mike Ron. You're talking about a roster full of, Andre Johnson offensively, Clinton Porters, Willis McGahee. So it goes on and on, and Sean Taylor, so it goes on and on and on. And we was in the Big East. And it's just a tough situation to be in. You're going to always be wrong. So I'm a big believer in you don't leave it up to the committee. Simple as that. You don't leave it up to the committee because whatever the committee come back with, hey, it is what it is. If you just take care of business, you don't have to worry about that. So I see both sides of it. I'm a huge fan of, hey, take care of business, win the games you're supposed to win. And, with the whole Notre Dame situation, head to head, it is what it is. We beat you. It is what it is. So it's just tough. It's just tough. And somebody going to always be upset.
Always.
Every year. I don't care if we have 20 teams. It's going to be that 21st team saying, hey, we should have been in. Yep. So it doesn't matter. You can't please everyone. So you just got to do the best you can. But as a team, you have to understand, don't leave it in anyone else's hands. You have to take care of your own business, win the games you're supposed to win. And if you do that, you won't have no worries. But if you get to the point where you're dropping a game, you're dropping 2 games, and all of a sudden it's in the committee's hand, you can't do anything but sit back and just let it happen, whatever it may be.
He was speaking directly to Notre Dame right there. Yeah, that is. Yep. That's who Vince was speaking. Yep, absolutely. I'm speaking of Notre Dame. I can already hear Marcus Freeman though. That's the entire offseason. We're not leaving it to anybody's hands. Like that's probably their drive, their motivation. Mm-hmm. I think they got a good team next year. Good team.
He's still there.
Who?
Marcus Freeman.
What do you think's going to happen?
He should be there.
He's the current odds-on favorite to be the next head football coach of the New York Giants.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay, Vince. It's all.
I mean, that's different. I mean, if he's leaving that program to go to the pro, I get it. But as far as being fired and stuff like that, I think he's doing an amazing job at Notre Dame. I mean, he's doing an amazing job there. So it is what it is. But if he's jumping ship and heading to the NFL, good for him. And congratulations if that's what it is. But I think he's a heck of a coach. I think he rallied the troops, taking those 2 losses back-to-back early in the season, one against us and then that right after us. He rallied the troops. The team got behind him. He got behind the team. They put their head down. They put their foot in the ground, and they just went on the rampage with winning. So that's the signs of a good football team. So I think, at the end of the day, like I say, when you leave it up to the committee,
once again, let me get back. Notre Dame fans, listen. This is the way it's going. Let's talk about no committee. Let's talk about the way the NFL is run. There's some teams, that could go on a magical run. We just signed Phil Rivers, 44-year-old grandpa. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Vince, you are also 44 years old.
What?
And I'm sure you remember back in 2011, you picked off a Phil Rivers pass, so, he can still do it. The question is, can you still do it? If DeMeco Ryans, hold on.
Wait.
If DeMeco Ryans or Mike Vrabel calls you, let's say week 18, and they say, hey, Vince, we need you. Listen, we need you to come back in maybe for 1 or 2 games to help us win a Super Bowl. I know you've already won 2, but Yeah, we need 5 snaps. We need 5 snaps out of you. And they might be the most crucial 5 snaps of the game.
Fourth and
goal line.
Exactly.
You know what it is.
Right.
You know what we're doing here, Vince.
Is there any way you would entertain that?
Absolutely. I mean, my mind, I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I can still play at the level I played in my mind, but my body tells me something different. So I'm just being honest with you. But, I spent 13 years in the game, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And it was time for me to walk away. So I sit happily retired home and just living life. So I would not entertain it. But in my heart, yes, I'm playing every Sunday in my heart.
Are you still swimming?
Yeah, I'm still swimming. I still swim.
I thought that was genius. Hard Knocks, maybe before Hard Knocks, I'd heard it that instead of running in the off season, you started swimming because of your joints, and then you felt like you actually got in better shape because of that and made your game better. Is that true?
Yes. I used to swim. Once I got year 6 or 7, I got introduced to swimming, and when I tell you it changed my game big time. So I didn't ever after that. My conditioning was swimming. I would walk and swim. That was my regimen. It worked for me, and that was the best shape I've been in. Of my career when I introduced that swimming. So yeah, I'm a big fan of swimming.
That swim cardio is different.
The worst.
Where you working every muscle in your body.
Absolutely, every muscle in your body you working. So
and you die.
It was big for me.
How's the golf game right now? What's the handicap at?
I'm sitting at about 8, but I haven't played in a while. But yeah, I'm sitting at about 8 still.
Okay.
Played probably like 2 months ago, and shot at 84. So I got to get back on the links. I'm looking forward to it.
What did you do? You were a shot put. What was he? I
think shot put in.
Shot put?
Yeah.
Do you got a jumper?
I played all of that.
And you weighed,
I have a J.
How much did you weigh?
275, 300 pounds.
How about when you were playing?
When I was playing, what was my weight when I was playing?
Yeah.
I started the season, I would be but anywhere from 325 to 335 beginning and towards the end of the year. I would pick up more weight. It was a strategic for me. But I tell you what, I never missed a weigh-in. And I tell you that because I knew when weigh-in days was on that Thursday, I would be ready to weigh in. But I told Bill all the time, hey, Bill, if you catch me 2 hours after this weigh-in, you might be shocked. So don't even try to pull it.
It's like a boxer. It's like a boxer waiting for a fight. Yeah. AQ was doing. Hey, that's a trenches move. This guy was drinking. What's that shit?
Magnesium citrate. It was basically laxative. Yep, you've done it.
I've been there, done it.
Yep.
Trust me, man. I've been in. I've tried everything up under the sun legally, but man, I've been there, and it was like being a boxer. I take it off and put it back on. I have a couple of days before game day, and I'll be ready game day, and then do it all again, in the following week. So it was fine times, but at the same time, put a lot of strain on your body. You live and you learn, But you have to do what you got to do, especially when it's $800 a pound. So yeah, you do what you have to do to save them coins. So and I did that.
Smart. You're a genius, seemingly an incredible guy. Shout out to you for this USO tour for the 3rd straight year, doing it during the holiday season with the Big Loud Boys and everybody and Jeffrey Ross. And shout out to you for what you did for football. We appreciate your contributions to sport, man. Thank you for everything.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on. You have a great holidays.
Are you still on the grill at all?
Come on, man. That's all I do. I am the grill.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Vince Wilfork.
Yeah, man.
I am the grill. We need another foreman.
Thank you, Vince. The Wilfork.
Yeah, it feels like that's that. Oh. That's a lot of work for somebody. Good luck out there. Somebody go do that. He is the grill. You already have the ad. All right, before we get out of here, we have 4 minutes. Let's go through AQ's big takeaways from this past NFL weekend, shall we? AQ has 3 things that are his big takeaways that need to be chatted about a little bit more. First one from the weekend that was Retro Rodgers.
That's right. He turned back the clock this week. He was vintage Aaron Rodgers. And let's take a look at the very first throw he threw in this game. Let's drop back to pass, fake, play action. Yep, let's just send this thing as far as we can throw it. Perfect ball to DK down the sideline. First throw of the game. Now let's go back to what he used to do, right? He used to run around. He used to do all this stuff and show his athleticism. Right here, sit in the pocket. Yep, first of all, look at the protection by the O-line. Great. All the time in the world. Broken play, move to the left. Let's sidearm this bitch to DK.
Wow.
Another big play. And then this one. This is old school Aaron, again off his back foot. Little fadeaway, 3-step drop. As we get this snap, just sit there. Yep, let's just heave this thing, back foot, fade away. Perfect ball over the outside shoulder.
Also had a rushing touchdown, obviously. Did the discount double check all over the place. Had the day in a game that I think Steelers fans were pumped about. Let's go to Hammer. Dahn. Tone, is that retro Rodgers about to be the Rodgers that we see for the foreseeable future?
I hope so, because that was awesome. And that was kind of the Aaron that we were seeing at the beginning of the year. And then there was that lull during the middle. And hopefully this brings them into the rest of the year. But, yeah, that was his best game of the year. And it didn't help. Like, you saw the protection there. The Ravens only have 19 sacks, I think, on the season. They are not very good at getting to the quarterback. Like, if Rodgers is going to have time, he's going to be able to make those throws. So hopefully that's what we get.
Next Gen Stats says Aaron Rodgers completed all 3 deep passes, 20-plus yards for 121 yards against the Ravens in Week 14 with all 3 going to DK. So had 3 deep passes, complete all of them. Only took 3 shots. He had just 7 deep completions on the season entering Week 14. They hadn't been very explosive. Maybe that'll add to it. DK Metcalf, awesome to watch. Him playing gunner, once again, we'll never say another thing about DK Metcalf. What's the second takeaway from you, AQ? Love conquers all. Sorry, AQ, I want to say that.
No, I love it. No, he's fantastic, and this is why I wanted to showcase him, obviously for Ty, but because he was that good. Against the blitz, cover 0, numerous times in this game. Let's take a look at this. Boom, he gets cover 0, slides left, moves up in the pocket, and just slings this thing down the field to Melton for the touchdown. I mean, he shows this all season long. This one is incredible. Again, blitz. Notice how many people are up at the line of scrimmage. He's checking, he's recognizing, he's getting the blitz all figured out, getting the line in the right spot. We snap this thing. The guy off the edge pushes his DN. Look at that one. If we can rewind that one more time. Look at the way he throws this. I mean, he's literally just sitting back there. Watch this. Off back foot. Right leg, just throws it to a spot to Watson. Unbelievable. And then this.
Those used to be the scary throws.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that were turnovers.
Correct.
Now they're becoming completions because he knows what the defense is doing.
Yeah, and that's just like part of his game now. You're right. It used to be like you'd see him throw off that back foot and be like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. And now it's like, okay, he's got something.
Hey, let's go to the last takeaway here. AQ Shipley. Love conquers all. And
Puka power. This guy was unbelievable. Had a front row seat for this. This is incredible. Watch this. This was the first big completion from Stafford. Just pluck this thing. Look at the hands on him. He's so strong with his hands. Here's another one. A dig from the other side. He's down here on the right in the slot. He's going to come up. Stafford throws this ball in between 3 defenders over top of the linebacker. One-handed catch there. Again, another one here. This is at the end. This is a 2-minute drill. 7 route. Need a play. Need a chunk. Yep. Go to Puka. And then this last one. Watch this double move up top real quick. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
There it is. How good is that?
That's Puka power, baby. We had Retro Rodgers. We had Love Conquers All. We got Puka power. And we got hour 2 on the other side. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Take 3. Eugene smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly. I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude, truly. Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, Eugene's tank top, blue jeans. So this is insane, I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack. You can call me the Leader of the Quack right now. Quack, quack, quack. The guy currently his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today. And he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm going to wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and... Oh! Move shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account, juicy, cancel, you me, ugly man, spooky, folks watch, who sees, hating folks, dookie, yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for, dookie, yeah, you waiting for, dookie.
Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you hating for.
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down into the thing.
Go! Go! Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some trees. Give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder now, a little bit louder now, a little bit louder now.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this magical What Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is the greatest. God bless your soul at the toxic table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here. 12-year NFL vet Super Bowl champion AQ Shipley is here. And joining us live from Hammer, Dahn, is AP Tone. Tone, how are the Gamblers doing? Okay, how are we doing as we sit here staring down the most meaningful football of the year? How are the Gamblers against these sports books who have all the AIs at their disposal where we only have our brains and our hearts and our feelings and our minds and our projections of things that can never be as accurate as Joe DiNardo on a Doppler, but our hopes for how a game is going to come? How are the fans doing against these greedy sports books who seemingly always have it right?
Yeah, if we remember going back to the start of the season with the NFL, it was, where teams were getting 60% or more of the bets. It was like on a trend of 1-4, 0-5, 1-4. And then the middle of the season, things got better. Didn't have any winning weeks, but there was 4 and 6s, stuff like that. There has been one winning week this year where teams getting 60% or more of the bets, where the Gamblers have had a winning record.
That's
one.
crazy.
One.
That's not good.
All it takes is one.
I mean, that's not. I'm sure people are hitting touchdown parlays and stuff like that, but we're just going strictly off of game lines. That's where we're sitting at.
Yeah, and there's parlays hitting all the time. Those things are certainly.
They always hit. That's what they say. The more parlays you do, the better chance you have of winning.
That's not real.
Nope.
Thank you. That is. Thank you for that. That was us checking ourselves immediately in the middle of something, just like what you said earlier. I heard if they win, the coach ain't leaving. It's like, that's not real. We need to make sure people know that's not real. And what he said, not real either. A lot of that's going to take place, but to your point, there is some fairy tale belief that parlays hit all the time. And when you hit one like once every 3 weeks, you think to yourself, yeah, that's why I do it.
Got him.
I'm a genius. And then all the other times, you're always just one away. Seems like you're always just one catch maybe away, 1 yard away sometimes. Yeah. Maybe just one leg for 250,000 people to all hit a same game parlay. That would have been legendary. Do you remember when that was, AQ Shipley?
I do not.
Well, we had that for a Super Bowl. It was our last public parlay that we put out, actually.
Yeah.
So many people.
What was the miss?
Patrick Mahomes over 225 yards passing or something.
And what did he throw for, 223?
215 or something like that.
He had like 150 in the first half, too.
Yeah, that one we were not worried about. Travis Kelce scored a touchdown in the first quarter. That one was over. I think Mahomes had to score a touchdown too, maybe.
McCaffrey, I think.
Yeah, somebody else.
Right?
We had a couple touchdowns and then Mahomes for the thing. It was plus, I forget what the bet was, but 250,000 people riding with us. Definitely the biggest group bet of all time. And we hit the first two in like the first quarter. And it was like, now we just need Pat to just be a quarterback in the NFL and win a Super Bowl. And somehow it didn't hit. It's like, that's when I started worrying.
That's how it was the Chiefs Eagles, and it was because Tony. Remember, Tony had that. It was like the last drive. Here we go.
Yeah, we didn't have enough to get yards.
And then Tony brought the ball back all the way to like the 15. And
yeah,
so
it was a huge punt. That's exactly. It was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
And then they run corn dog through the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So his return basically eliminated us from winning it, and we were watching live. Remember, we were streaming it live.
Yes.
We were watching, and everybody was. And then immediately upon it not hitting, when you're in the give out public parlay game. Man, people get really mad that they put their money on your parlay, even if you were that close and it should have hit. So we got, I don't know, 200 and some thousand people on the bet. I don't know, maybe 100,000 will let us know that we're the worst humans on earth. It's a lot of fun. So that's why whenever Tony starts saying, this is a good thing, we got to tell you it's not, and we're not telling you to do anything. Joining us now is a man who loves giving out picks, though. He's seeing the board, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a college football national champion. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Ryder Cup winner. He's a father of 10. Happy holidays to all of them. AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Hawker.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Are you guys you're backpedaling on your Phillip Rivers situation, even though I was very positive yesterday? I guess you were too. You were positive, but some guys in there are backpedaling?
Thank you, AJ, for helping me see the light. I appreciate your positivity. Needed it.
So were you back? DB's very good backpedalers. Now, I watched a video of Coach Saban saying that the backpedal is the least important part of being a corner.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. He was talking about he had a corner that
quarter turn.
Yeah, he had a quarter turn the whole time. He said, so I used to think that the backpedal was the most important part. I used to coach it. Then I had a guy that just only could do the quarter turn, and he was the best. He worked out, all right? So let's not just automatically rule people out, basically, because they can't do it. I think that was kind of the message. And, on that note, congratulations, Coach Saban, officially going into the Hall of Fame last night.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, it's been an absolute honor to get to know him, become friends with him, and listen to him speak and learn about how he views different things, situations. It's very obvious why he is a GOAT. It is very obvious that he has that, they talk about Mamba mentality or how MJ is or how these people that are at the top and how they activate. He has all of that, but also he's evolved because he's had to teach others in his humility. He's a fascinating individual. He is so incredibly, supremely talented at what he does, while also still remaining relatable somehow, and also having interests of things that other people find relatable. All these athletes get in these super crazy diets, and they almost become these like superhero robots where you can't even touch them. Tiger Woods becomes this like machine, basically. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, known to be a machine. Michael Jordan, this entire thing. Nick Saban is like a guy you can go talk to, and he is going to be able to give advice and information to everybody somehow. He is special. This guy's special. Congratulations to him going into the Hall of Fame. It was in Las Vegas yesterday. I was going to try my best to get out there. It's a long-ass flight because it wasn't only Coach Saban, former teammate of mine as well. Steve Slayton goes in, West Virginia. He goes in to the Hall of Fame. I like seeing Steve Slayton get his flowers because of how special he was at West Virginia. And that came from a guy that played at UConn at the same exact time as us in the Big East. And this dude was supposed to go to Maryland. He committed to Maryland. He was out of Philadelphia area. He was supposed to go to Maryland. They pull the scholarship from him. West Virginia, Rich Rodriguez basically just gets in there like a week beforehand and says, hey, we'll give you the ball. We'll give you the ball. He comes in, obviously highly touted. This guy's special. He's going to be good. One of the chillest, coolest dudes of all time. Got along with everybody. And whenever he started running, he was unstoppable. And he had vision, he had cutback, he had explosion, and he was the dog. I mean, workouts, everything. He was Steve Slayton and Pat White. I got to ride their coattails to a lot of very cool moments. And obviously, we won a bunch of games. We didn't win the biggest game in college football, but we did win a bunch of games. We changed the trajectory of West Virginia. And I keep saying we. It was really they. Those two. Actually, those three right there. As Owen Schmidt kind of pound somebody. And then we had Darius Renaud at wide receiver as well. And we had studs on the defense. And we had some offensive linemen that ended up going to the NFL. But it's like we had a great team. It was an honor to be a part of. And Steve Slayton and Pat White were the ones that put the West Virginia Mountaineers onto the current map that they're on. They would play, what's the video game you guys would play?
NCAA 2K15.
Okay, so, but it would have been earlier than 15 for sure. Yeah, because I graduated high school in 05.
07 then.
Yeah, so probably the 07 one. Pat and Steve were unstoppable in NCAA 2K or whatever. So people talk about that as something like that's fun for gamers. It also made the West Virginia logo and brand very, 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 very popular. Then we were playing on Thursday Night Football on ESPN, the West Virginia University scenes. We probably played UConn on one of those games. We were like the Thursday night team. That was before the NFL was playing. So they had us on we had plaques on the wall in our facility that was like, most watched Thursday night game ever with this amount of people watching. Most watched Thursday night game ever. And obviously that might not sound like something to a team that's big in the SEC or big in the Big Ten or the Notre Dame squad that's had their own TV network since the beginning of time, which is such an advantage. But for like West Virginia, us being crowned as like the must-watch teams in the middle of the week whenever people had nothing else to do was huge for our program. And a lot of the reason why people were electrified by our team is because that dude would be running wide ass open down the field multiple times alongside Pat White and an offense that was electric. So I'm happy he's getting his flowers. I'm hoping that he's getting a chance to really take it all in. He's super humble dude. Doesn't really like to do the whole song and dance of being celebrated. So I'm happy he was there last night. I'm happy he got a chance to be celebrated. And congrats to them both. But UConn, we saw you on a couple Thursday nights. You saw Steve a couple times, I would say, as well.
Yeah, Steve was special. Obviously, Pat White was special. But they kind of revolutionized and changed college football, like that offense. Obviously, the video game was one thing, but to see that, it was almost as different as seeing like a triple option. But it was two guys, and sometimes, like you said, Owen Schmidt back there, who was athletic too. So when he got the ball in space, he was also a problem. But at that point, Big East was, we had some good teams at Rutgers. We were doing well. Cincinnati was doing well. Brian Kelly there. South Florida, everybody kind of had their run.
Shady was at Pitt.
Yeah, we had guys all over the place, but you guys were definitely at the top. And even, you always root on your conference when at that point you go to a big BCS game and it's like, all right, go and kick Georgia's or whoever's ass and let them know it's not sweet out here. So shout out to Slate and shout out to Pat White. Like, they were a special, special group. So glad he's getting his flowers.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Thank you. I had a lot of fun because of you guys. Too much fun, probably. You guys saw it, and we're a part of some of it, so you might be partially to blame. But on that note, thank you guys. And congrats to both those guys going into the Hall of Fame and everybody else that went into the Hall of Fame. Joining us now is a guy that'll go into all the Hall of Fames. Probably a broadcasting one or two. And I'll tell you what, maybe even a statistical one as well.
Maybe.
Because he's not scared to use the numbers while also using the brain capacity of a man who is a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. A man who comes from a family that has just only created stallions, his son being one of them. Last week or the week before, his boy was just roaming wild on a beach while he continued to talk ball to us. This guy is a legend, ladies and gentlemen. Long hair having, handsome face, 6'10", monster of a man, J.J. Watt joins us.
Yay!
How you doing, JJ?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. So excited. Wednesday, beautiful day. Lots to discuss. Just fantastic. You got a backwards cap on. Something's in your cup. Don't know what. Excited to find out. 2 rings, 1 gold watch. What a life.
So, first of all,
I know, hair tie and a ring.
Rubber ring, because Jimmy Fallon did that shit to his finger.
Yeah, almost took his finger off.
Yeah, whatever they said, Jimmy Fallon got all boozed up. But this is what the report was. Yep. I'm not saying this is what happened. I would like that to be very clear. This is how I have learned of the story.
That happened.
Okay.
Edge of his marble kitchen island. He took a fall and it almost ripped his finger off.
Yeah, and I watched Jimmy Fallon, and I remember his finger just being different.
Yeah, a massive cast on for a while.
And they came back, and I think it was ugly. And it was like, all right, so if I ever get married, not doing that. There's no way. So I got that bad boy. And then hair tie for my daughter. Thanks. Hope you feel great about it. Okay. I love having my daughter with me every single moment of my life as I work hard for my family. Knowing that I can just do this right here. Oh. And then my daughter and my wife right there on my heart at all times. And then you lift this thing up and it's like, boom, there's a tattoo. How close is that to my heart? That's of my daughter too, of her birthday. So anytime I'm feeling alone in this long, long, long life that I'm living right now, hard life, I just think about my daughter and my wife. So anything you say, there's a team you bought trying to turn into a profit on your forehead. Is that what you want me to say, buddy? Is that what you want me to start pointing out on that note?
I don't know what happened here. I got like a spot of oil or something there.
Who is that?
Really
is that
me.
Espanol or Burnley?
Espanol, senor.
Ponch's team. Hey, we talked to Ponch the other day. English, okay, it's tough to understand a little bit of it, most of it, but he loves America.
Yeah.
And he is I
didn't even know who you were talking about because of how you pronounced that name.
His name's Ponch, Coach Ponch. We're talking about the U.S. men's national team, former Espanol player. He played for your program before you bought that.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. I didn't know there's an N in there. I was unaware of the N.
Well, this guy's Punch.
Yeah, the nickname.
Yeah, his friends call him Punch. I guess that kind of.
Yeah, and to be clear, he might have been correcting us, and we couldn't understand what he was saying. But know that we are big Espanol fans because Espanol created Punch. Punch is going to coach the U.S. national team to a World Cup gold champion.
Yeah.
Yep. Trophy.
Exactly.
Super trophy. What is the trophy called, Gumsh?
The World Cup.
Of course.
It's not even a cup.
Of course.
That's the best point yet. The world's sitting inside of a cup, I think, on the trophy.
So do we pick up the world then, or do we?
No, I thought it was hands holding the world. Yeah, it's not a cup. Why?
Actually, this is one of your smartest things I've ever heard you say, Connor.
Yeah,
let's dive into this. Can we get a photograph?
Yeah, and there has to be a name to this thing. There has to be a name.
The
to
balloon door.
No, that's
the World Cup trophy.
The Golden Globe is what they should
called the
call
World
it.
Cup.
Well, the Golden Globes are actually out. I can't drink out of that. Are cups different languages, different things? I thought a cup had to be able to be drank.
Is there like a tiny bowl on top of it?
It could be sitting in it just permanently. Could be a cup.
They're not calling the trophy a cup. It's the World Cup, trophy.
What? So it doesn't even have a title?
But then
what about like
what
Lombardi?
does the cup mean? Like the Stanley Cup is a cup.
Yes.
You should call it the Pochettino.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about with this guy who played for Espanol and kind of cut his teeth at Espanol.
Such a cool trophy, though. Look, I mean, that is a badass trophy.
Yeah, it's very. How much is this one worth? Multiple millions, I think.
No, that's Club World Cup. This is international.
No, how much is that trophy worth?
Oh,
I think they spend a couple
It
million.
says 20 million on the internet.
Yeah.
Damn.
What?
That's ridiculous.
It's solid 18 karat gold.
Yeah, from my recollection, because remember we always get into like what's the best trophy in sports. That always happens in the offseason. And we talk about Lord Stanley. We talk about the Bjorn Warner at the Indy 500. Obviously, Lombardi gets talked about because it's the biggest league on earth. And then the soccer people all come in and they're like, this isn't even a question. This is the best trophy there is. It's like, I don't know, Stanley Cup could kind of just sit right on top of that thing. 20 million inside of the thing, like one of those little toys. That you got.
Oh, yeah.
the Russian dolls.
Yeah, like the Russian dolls.
Yeah.
So, but I understand when U.S. gets this, we will like it.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been a reality.
Awesome.
MLS Cup's pretty sick.
The original trophy used to be an actual cup. I just looked up.
And then somebody got a hold of it?
Yeah.
How did that look?
Some bureaucrats got involved in 1974. They said, we need to redo this, and then they turned it into that one.
I don't like that. Let's talk about football. We have, and I think the reason why you came in the jolly mood that you were in is because we signed 44-year-old quarterback Phillip Rivers. Now, we saw some footage yesterday of Phillip Rivers playing for the Indianapolis Colts, and you were playing for the Houston Texans in that particular footage. Now,
I saw that.
Yeah, that was quite a...
I shocked myself.
Me too. You were on the screen, and I was like, JJ's not on that team. He had to have been on the Arizona Cardinals by this time. Nope, you were still on the Houston Texans when Phil Rivers was spinning it for the Indianapolis Colts. I'd like to remind everybody, Phil Rivers led the Colts to the playoffs. He was the best quarterback that we had post Andrew Luck, and then obviously Danny Dimes has surpassed him. His high school team that he coached with his son Gunner ran the same exact offense. That's JJ Watt's piece of information to it. So JJ, it sounded like what you were saying, and I might be wrong here because I don't know if this is how you can feel about this Indianapolis Colts team. I feel like you like the signing. I feel like you like that Phillip Rivers is the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis football Colts. Is that accurate or what?
I mean, I'm a football fan. This is awesome. As long as everything goes smoothly and there's no injuries or anything that come out of it. I mean, from a pure content standpoint, from a pure enjoyment, entertainment standpoint, this is phenomenal. And now, thank you for pointing out my Big J journalism here.
Thank you.
The fact that, I mean, it literally basically seems like it came down to the fact that they need a quarterback to play this Sunday because it appears that Riley Leonard may be hurt and not able to go. So they need somebody that knows the offense and can execute it. And he is literally the person that knows the offense best. And we're going to find out if he can execute it. He just said it himself in his press conference. He's like, the only way you know is when you walk through that door. So let's see. And I think that's such an awesome mindset and mentality. Now, if you're sitting there as the Colts and you're trying to capitalize on a season that started 7-1 and had unbelievably high hopes, is this where you want him to be at this moment? No. But if everything was going awry anyway, this has got to be the hands down most fun you could have at this point.
I'm about sick of the most fun thing, okay?
Yeah, content, entertainment.
Yeah, you hear this like
playing football.
Is this WWE, this guy? What do you think Chris Ballard's doing? Hey, we need a good tweet. We need a good meme. We need to draw a little bit of juice to this Colts team. Is that what you think is happening here? It's a lot.
No, I think they legitimately believe that this is their best chance to win this weekend. I don't deny that's what they believe this is right now. I'm just saying for the rest of us out here in the world, this is fun.
Yeah, so you keep saying they, and we're talking about you, okay? You've called a lot of the Colts games this year. You're just off the Jags game. That was tough. That was tough for us.
All I'm saying, they're different positions. If I went out there today, and because this isn't something he's been preparing for all year, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Dude's been out for 5 years, and this just happened this weekend. This just happened on Sunday. Both guys went down. So he has known maybe for 3 days that he might play football for the first time in 5+ years. So, if you ask me today, and I train very regularly, but if I had to go over to the Texans facility and put on my uniform, there's a bunch of different muscles that could go out at any moment at that, just because I haven't fully prepared. Now you take me 2 or 3 more years down the road, I got no idea what's going to happen. Thank God quarterbacks can just stand in the pocket and sling it. I believe his arm is probably great, but what's it going to be like in that pocket against the Seahawks defense? Just sharks circling.
I don't know if you like what's going to happen. It sounds like you think there's potential problems ahead, and there's a lot of those. Okay, and I've had to.
This could be awesome.
Yes, it could.
Yes, it
could. Yeah, Jage.
What's best case scenario, Jage? What do you think best case scenario is? Maybe on the flip side, you can, what's the worst case scenario as well? Can you figure that out?
Best case scenario is Phillip Rivers is so damn smart that he drove that van from wherever he lives up to Indianapolis for the tryout with the TV screen in the back, and he was studying Mike McDonald film and Seahawks film the entire drive. He got there, and he talked to Shane Steichen, and he said, hey, this is how we're going to attack them. I know exactly where their blitzes are coming from. I know exactly what stunts they're running. Don't worry about my age or my speed because I'm not going to get hit. The ball's going to be out of my hand before they even know what they're running on their own defense. I'm going to slice them and dice them, get the ball in Pittman's hands. I'm going to chuck that ball up to Alec Pierce. Oh, I got this weapon, Tyler Warren. Yeah, let me get it to him. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the #1 rusher in the NFL yet, Jonathan Taylor. Let me hand it to him a few times. I won't get hit when I hand it to him. Boom. I got 350 yards. Jonathan Taylor has 150 yards. We got 5 touchdowns, win.
Oh!
Wow.
Yes! Take me there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Now, do you want the worst case?
Yeah, now do the other one. Do the other one. Do the other one.
Forgot about that van.
Do the other one.
The other side.
No, we don't.
What's the other side? We're political.
Yeah, keep it football-wise, but don't, because that van crashing on the drive up.
Yeah, right.
That's worst case.
That would be the worst case scenario. We're talking football-wise. What would be the worst case scenario, please?
I mean, we football-wise, you just Daniel Jones play happens again.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah, but to both legs.
The carry call. See, Connor led the show saying there's a chance that one hit, both knees, both shoulders. At 44 years old. He's 5 years removed. He said there's a chance he gets sawed in half. And Phillip Rivers knows that.
Oh, yeah.
He's still around the pads popping. He might wear a Guardian cap.
Yeah. He's the best he's looked in 5 years.
He needs to. He needs
No
to.
chance.
He just had another kid. He's got a grandbaby. Wear a Guardian cap.
No
Protect
chance.
that brain.
He better, bro. There's going to be a lot of,
There needs to be some Vegas odds. Will he have a neoprene sleeve anywhere on his body? Will there be neoprene?
Copperfoot.
He's going to use a roll of tape on each ankle will have a roll of tape. I assume there will be copperfit here. The
gloves even, maybe.
Probably the neck.
The Brett Favre one.
Yeah, the fingerless gloves.
He uses, I saw those at CVS the other day. I almost pulled the trigger. Just because it was a holiday. Somebody is getting this for, but maybe do that, by the way. But whole roll of tape each ankle. I mean, he has a cast on both of his feet whenever he goes out there. That's what I realized 5 years ago when he was playing for us. He comes out there, there's not even a thought of those things. Any of this.
Ankle weight.
So then whenever he starts moving, he's skiing. Okay, we are going straight this way. So there's potential, a lot of awkward falls. I'm thinking he should put that Guardian cap on.
I think so.
He's tall, too.
There's a chance he's setting a precedent here. If he goes out there and balls out, do you know how many retired guys
Drew
are gonna be
Brees
talking to their significant other? Man, I've always thought I could, but I wasn't sure. He just did it. I'm going back.
Here's Phil Rivers' quote. He had a press conference today. I'm reading this for the first time. Shout out to Fox 59. I'm not here to save the year or be a hero by any means.
you are.
We got to stink and run the crap out of the football and play defense.
Oh, jeez.
That's all a ploy. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
That's Phil Rivers. Phil Rivers knows that him and Shane said we're throwing this thing 40 times.
Yeah.
So he's letting Seattle know we're going to run this ball. That's what he dadgum ball. And then McDonald's like, he wouldn't tell us what they're going to do, right? And then Phil Rivers is going to be sitting at 6 yards. Lift that leg up.
That's right.
And then he's 45 times.
Oh, boy.
That extra yard. Game changer.
I'm getting more worried as we talk about it.
Worried? Did you hear what Jade said? I was living in that world. We can live in that world. That is possible. Jade, you didn't just make that up. That is an actual thing that could happen, what you just said.
I mean, you guys have like this is all, we'll talk real now. Like Daniel Jones ran that offense in a way where Shane Steichen dialed everything up, and it was a progression offense where Daniel Jones came out of the huddle, knew where the progressions were, 1, 2, 3, and where the ball had to go. And if one was covered, he moved to 2. Like, it is set up for somebody to step in, and as long as they know and understand the concepts and can deliver the football, you can do it relatively safely back there. Now, did it operate a ton better when Daniel Jones could move and threaten the defense with his legs and have the RPO game? Absolutely. But it is not unrealistic for somebody to stand back there and deliver it. They have weapons, and they have a good offensive line. They have not been good the last month. It's just a fact. But they can dial it up, and they have just get it in your playmaker's hands. Give it to Jonathan Taylor. Get it to Tyler Warren on these little tight end screens or these little flat routes. Get it to Pittman at the sticks, Downs at the sticks, and then toss it deep to block up and toss it deep to Pierce.
We're winning football games. And right now, I want to let you know, because this has happened, maybe not so much recently, but Colts fans do travel. I mean, that is something that Colts fans are known for. Maybe we go take over Seattle Seahawks Stadium.
Ooh.
You know, maybe the Colts just go take over. Maybe
they're not selling their tickets for their Super Bowl contending team. Are you crazy?
Well, if they are, you could get them a SeatGeek for $30 less than what they're actually priced at.
Good deal.
You use code Pat McAfee, get $30 off at SeatGeek. It doesn't matter if you're a return customer or a first-time buyer. Shout out to SeatGeek, the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon. Maybe Colts fans should think about trying to go travel up there and make sure it's a little bit more copacetic for Philip Rivers' return. Make sure it's quiet in there when he's on the field, because I have a funny feeling that Seattle Seahawks fans are going to try to be mean to Philip Rivers.
He wants that. You think he doesn't want to draw with them?
First drive of Philip Rivers' tenure on Sunday. How many yards does it gain, and how many points does it gain?
First play is play action.
Does it get points? Does his first drive get points?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. 7.
I thought you were stopping it absolutely there, and he finished it off with a 9.
I'm worried about what we're going to experience.
Go deep first play. Go deep first play.
So excited, but
look, he's taking a knee. Look how nimble he looks. We're not. Listen, look at him. Boom. Put your other leg up, please. Yep, no problem.
Super flexible still.
Jeez.
He was on his other knee before this video at the beginning. He was on his. Shout out to James Boyd. We appreciate the coverage, local coverage of the Indianapolis Colts on the beat. Also, morning show host here in town. I think they wake up at like 3 a.m. to do a morning sports show here in Indianapolis. I love the grind. I appreciate the hell out of him. James gets a lot of stuff and talks a lot about the Colts. But look, he's on the opposite knee there. And then,
but watch his hip flexibility. That toe drags on the ground.
He's warming up.
On purpose. That was on purpose.
No braces.
Yeah.
No braces.
Body feels good.
No tape.
And also, he doesn't look like a fat ass like everybody was kind of saying. He doesn't look like a fat ass, everybody was kind of saying. That Phil Rivers, he's been retired for 5 years. We've been watching him coach football and eat pizza. He's a fat ass. He's not a fat ass. Phil Rivers said, I don't care what my weight is. I'll never be able to run away from anybody anyway. And that's a real answer. That's what he actually said, dadgummit. So, I mean, this is a good look at Phil Rivers. I'm happy.
I got to ask some honest questions here. If you're another quarterback in that room, or you're one of those two guys warming up next to him, how are you not looking at yourself like, man,
first ballot Hall of Famer is here? Yeah, I need to start learning from this guy. Is that what
I couldn't even get a shot.
I mean, where's Andrew Luck at? He's letting Indy down again. Where's Andrew Luck at? That's what I want to know.
Trying to save Stanford right now.
Well, guess what? The season's over.
All right, let's talk about we saw Andrew Luck giving a sideline interview during a game, and he had to step away because there was a pick six.
Ball,
JD, go JD. and then he comes back. I just love. I'm so happy for those guys. How do you feel about the Herbert situation with Laura? Obviously, we're all fans of Laura Rutledge. We appreciate the coverage. We understand that doing TV involves a lot of moments of asking for people's time in which they don't necessarily want to give it. It is kind of a part of the gig on the opposite end of it, especially for the quarterback from the winning team. How do you feel about that whole interaction, and how do you feel about like where we are right now between media and players? I think this is the first time that we've seen any kind of situation at all. I mean, players being very open right before games, immediately right before, after half. Like, it feels like there's been more access, more transparency, more convos, which is what everybody wants. This feels like the first one in a long time. What are your thoughts on it?
I agree with you. There is significantly more than ever has been, obviously, with the pregame hits and the in the pads interviews and all these things. I think a lot of times, I think there are more times that may happen that you may not see, just because generally you don't throw down to that interview until it's secured and ready to roll. But I do think that when you're the face of a franchise, you're getting paid an unbelievable amount of money. There is that expectation of that. Now, can it be handled a lot differently in situations where the PR team, like there's generally a way that things go after the game where you know how that's going to go. So it is unfortunate just kind of how it all went down and how it looks. I think I asked Evan Washburn, our sideline reporter, who I think does a fantastic job, his take, and it was we just talked through it all, and I think I understand both sides of the situation here, but I do think at the end of the day, like, you have to. It's an entertainment business. We make so much money because we are an entertainment, and like, you do the interview. I do think, and he did. He ended up doing the interview.
We don't want to be like people that are out of touch with being players, and me saying that with you two on the screen saying I'm a player is absurd. But like, I never want to say something in here that players in the locker room will say, this dude forgets what he was like. This guy, because that's like the worst thing that can be said about somebody I think that gets on TV. But I think even everybody kind of understands, like, starting quarterback, face of the franchise. And you say, like, I forget the way you describe it, but it's almost like a responsibility. Like, I think it's like a game day responsibility now at this stage of it all. I don't know if it's like actually written into the contract. So I didn't necessarily love the optics of it. But I also didn't appreciate that Herbert, probably in a lot of pain.
For sure.
Played not great.
Yeah. Even
whenever they win, he didn't even smile one time. I think he was pretty miserable that entire time. So it's like, do we judge Justin Herbert completely off of one situation? I don't think so, because there's a lot of people calling him like bad. It's like, I don't think Herbert is proven to be that guy at all. His teammates say they love him and everything like that. But I do think that situation wasn't good for Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
But it was a win, though. Isn't it different, Ty? Sorry, isn't it different where if it's a loss and you duck the media, I think that's one thing where that's a responsibility. If you lose and you're the face of a franchise, I think you should at least you should speak to him. But after a win, I feel like it's a little different. Justin Herbert he's not about all the garbage. He's not about all
on field after a loss.
They wouldn't, but I'm saying when guys duck him from the locker room and they leave early, I think that's a responsibility that, hey, I can face it in a bad game, a loss that it sucks talking to the media after that.
So maybe because I fall asleep, so I apologize, and I catch it the day after, and I don't stick around for afterwards much. That's on me. Hand up. Who normally gets interviewed on the field after games? Winning like MVP, right? And that kind of normally the thing, especially in primetime games. And not 1 o'clock games is not happening, but primetime games, like Thursday night, there's like 3 people that kind of go up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like just assumed that it's happening. For Monday Night Football, is it just assumed after the game that this is happening? Like Laura very much.
No, it absolutely assumed.
Laura was told that he is definitely doing this, right? By multiple people. We would assume, right? As we watch this whole thing, Jake, you're in it a little bit more than me.
That's where the assumptions can get like in a normal, the way things ideally go. The PR person for the team grabs the player and ushers him over and says, hey, we've got the Monday Night Football post-game interview here. Puts them with the reporter. You say, hey, they say, hey, and then they get the camera sent down to you guys, and you're good to go. That's generally how these things go. That assumption, I mean, we didn't see all that in this situation, so I don't know. And it is different if you're just being tapped on the shoulder by somebody. Like, in a post game, you're looking for your teammates, you're celebrating from your teammates. Like, I will have his back on that. Like, there are 1,000 people on the field. There are photographers, there are camera guys, there are security people, there are people from the other team. So people tapping you on the shoulder, you never know. It's not like he turned around and immediately it was like, oh, this is the Monday Night Football post game interview. which is why I have to put that caveat, because generally it's your team's PR person.
That's kind of to your point, Ty.
Yeah, I kind of thought that he didn't immediately know it was Laura Rutledge, and he thought it was just maybe someone saying like, "Hey, can we talk to you real quick?" Because, like you said, he did end up doing the interview, and I think the other thing too is like, not that he's always like this surly prick, but we've seen the way he is with the media, kind of doing the coy, like flipping cameras. Like, he doesn't like dealing with the media. He doesn't like doing that.
Hates it.
And he ended up doing it. And I also didn't know, because it seemed like maybe they had been doing this on Monday night, but it seemed like they almost panicked in response to that, because then Lisa Salter had an interview with Tony Jefferson like immediately after. It was almost like, hey, that didn't exactly go how we wanted to. Like, let's go throw it to this other one and maybe kind of reset here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad look, but it is a part of responsibility. I think, look, we don't know what he was dealing with, what was in his system as far as to even get to that point to play in the game. Like, it was a lot of shit going on, in addition to him not loving doing the media as well. Defensive play to win the game. Unbelievable play. You're probably trying to get down there and celebrate with your teammates. Just was a lot going on. Last thing I can remember with a coach and our player was Ben Johnson earlier, was that halftime?
Yeah, with the DD.
With the DD. So, I mean, it's a lot. We all know it's a lot of shit going on while you're in between those lines as soon as the game ends. That's why they give you that cool down period, in the locker room and stuff like that. So, bad look, but, everyone to move on from it, hopefully forget about it.
As they should. And Laura's a dog.
Yeah.
So she's not
great.
going to.
She
handled it great.
Yeah, exactly. She's not going to worry.
And we should say, like, dude, the guy had surgery on Monday. Like, that is unreal. Like, I've played with a broken hand before, and I know how he was putting it out there like it was fully normal, like stiff-arming people, taking hits, putting it on the ground. Like, that was impressive, dude. The whole game you're watching, you're like, hang on, this guy definitely has a broken hand, right? Because he is not acting like he has a broken hand.
He was putting it in between helmets. That is the exact spot you don't want your hand to be, is anywhere near a helmet. And there's multiple times where he had his hand on top of a helmet with another helmet potentially coming in. I'm sitting at home like, no, that's and then he like slips out at the end or he falls. You could tell by the end though it started to hurt. Whatever it was,
he had
wearing
a couple of those handoffs with his right hand.
And then he started taking the bump. He started taking the right shoulder bump as opposed to being anywhere on his left hand. It's like he was obviously going through a lot of pain, but we have to remember, we can all get along. Yeah, we can all get along out here. And I would like to know more about Herbert. I would, but I don't think we ever will.
No.
He hates that shit. I mean,
good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, and his teammates love it. So,
good for Laura. She stuck with it and got the interview. Like, some people might have turned away and be like, well, he's not going to do it. She persisted and got the interview.
And to his credit, he wasn't he wasn't a prick. He wasn't being super short. Like, he answered her questions sufficiently where when you first saw it, it's like, oh, he's going to give her one-word answers and then get the hell out of here. And he didn't do that either.
What do we think? We think most likely outcome, Herbert did not know that was Laura Rutledge immediately afterwards.
That's the way I took it when I first saw it.
He looks down. Yeah, I'm going to go. Can I? And then all of a sudden it's like,
I think he's just that guy that always is like, I'm going to go in with my guys. I'm going to be with my guys. And he's like, he doesn't care. He doesn't think of what it's supposed to be or what he's supposed to do. He's like, I'm celebrating with my guys after a win.
Yeah, he is not acting like a movie character of an NFL quarterback.
No.
Justin Herbert does not do that at all. That is not how he operates. There are some guys that we see like.
Although he looks like it. He certainly looks like it.
Handsome, the hair, the whole thing. So good. He was running this way in one of these. Back across.
There were times where his hand looked like Chubb's hand from Happy Gilmore because it wouldn't move like while he was running. So it was like just staying straight.
Get that thing in the way, maybe. All right, let's talk about some other games that are taking place. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Jade, you're on Bills at Patriots this weekend. Thank God, because I couldn't take any of the other crews from CBS. I'm very excited to listen to you.
That was unbelievable. There's no reason for that, Jade.
I'm also very excited for the other crews to get their game. CBS has a great slate, but I'm just glad that I get to listen to you and Eagle. What do you expect? This is the first division clinching game, I think, of the season for any division. Bills versus Patriots. If the Patriots win, they get the division. If the Bills win, they are still in it. I think everybody kind of expects them to be in it no matter what with Josh Allen, especially with what he's doing. How do you see this game going? And do you actually know what the weather is? Are we going to get a sloppy snow game, or what should we expect?
I've learned that I know nothing about weather, even if I study the weather, so
Smart.
I have no idea. Looking forward to whatever it brings. Sloppy is fun. We got some sloppiness down there in Colts Jacksonville this weekend. But this is going to be obviously a great game. I mean, the last one was a fantastic game earlier this year, and we have two bona fide MVP candidates going at it in a division where the Bills, I believe it is, they have not been swept by division opponents since 2019 when it was the Patriots that did it then. So this is going to be a great game. Obviously, Josh Allen is Superman, and when he goes into Superman mode and he makes those plays, it is extremely hard to stop him. Now, the Patriots, on the other hand, I'm checking my notes because I literally just did this study about 10 minutes ago. New England has allowed the fewest plays of 25 yards or more in the entire NFL. They've only allowed 14 of them. And you think of Josh Allen throwing, you think of Josh Allen running and scrambling. That's where he is at his best, and also that run game is insane with Cook. So I think it's going to be an awesome game. Vrabel has the Patriots playing extremely well. Drake May's playing at an unbelievably high level. This is going to be a phenomenal matchup at home for the Patriots with a hat and T-shirt on the line, even though I know Vrabel doesn't care about hats and T-shirts. But this is going to be a good matchup. Very excited we're on the call.
Good for Vrabel. Have you done the production meetings and all those things?
Not yet. They're Friday. Connor, what questions you got? You got anything you want to ask of Vrabel or Drake May?
No, I asked nothing from my supreme commander and my quarterback of my team, but I would just like to know, like, what does it feel when you save an entire region of a country? You know, like he legitimately has injected life, both of them, into, you know, New England. So I just the feelings and emotions you get when you know you saved millions and millions of people. I'd like to know.
Up there in the Revolution region, we got Paul Revere, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Paul, you know, I don't know if you go all the way back to Paul. Like, I think you could go back to, you know, maybe even one of the Wampanoag chiefs that kind of started the natives back there. But I think you could go to Paul, I suppose. George Washington.
Sam Adams,
yeah, exactly.
Bon Jovi.
No, I wouldn't go to JBJ either.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. There you go.
Coach
I think
Larry Bird.
you go Larry, you go Bill, you go Bobby Orr. I mean, those are kind of the guys you go. You could even kind of dip to Donnie Wahlberg just because
that's a big deal.
He's the first Wahlberg.
And Mark.
Yeah, Damon and Affleck. They're definitely up there with duos. But as far as like truly bringing the city back,
Pedro.
Pedro,
Big
Poppy, Domsy.
Well, then we got to talk
Brian
about Tommy.
Tommy and Gronk.
Because I guess we got to go recent history. Well,
that's the thing. Like,
Boston's got a lot of them up there. The Revolution region's got a lot up there.
But none that have kind of rejuvenated and brought a revival to a sport the way Drake May and Mike Vrabel have.
Now that I'm thinking about it with the list we just rattled off, no way Paul Revere makes that list.
Yeah, well, the thing about Paul Revere, at the end of the day, like he's still got so much British in him. He's got so much English in him. You know, he is a Middlesex County, you know, tried and true, just like myself. But again, Paul Revere still, you know, it's kind of like a Columbus situation. Like, did Columbus see the land first, or did the man up top see it? You know, and in this situation,
Columbus
I don't know.
lost.
Well, yeah, but he found a place. Then he was lost, and then he was found. And boy, there was a lot that happened from then till now. But shout out to Coach Vrabes and Drake May bringing the place back.
Hell yeah!
They tossed the T. Mm-hmm. They're tossing the T in 2025.
Yeah, the H and the C. But never will I have questions for them. The coolest thing really is just like, wow, 1 year for Drake May to have no expectations, and now for the rest of his career, it will be, hey, you better go win that division, go to that Super Bowl, buddy.
He's got Josh Allen over there.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be one of those like unbelievable division rivalries forever. And we, as a Patriots fan, you never had that.
And the Buffalo Bills thought they had it.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't even get me started on the fickle Buffalo Bills fans. Yeah, maybe ask them that, JJ. What's it like to just take the hearts and souls out of a city that acts like they won something and never even made it to a Super Bowl? That'd be cool.
That would not be cool.
They still paying to shovel snow in their own stadium.
Okay, hey, listen, that's a Dolphins fan right there.
Did you see how quickly that they cleared the hash marks in that game? That was badass.
Western New York's a special place. And have you seen the stadium? Have you seen it coming together, the new one?
It looks good.
It looks very good.
Yeah,
I think they have a table outside. I think they have like a
giant metal table that break backs up.
Like a one of those bison need to be.
Yeah.
80 feet bison buffalo.
Don't expect it to be that.
You learn though. You know what I'm talking about now, don't you? We're all on the same page.
I do.
Yeah, this is what happens here. This is what happens when we get on.
I mean, it's an educational program.
Hell yeah.
Every week.
Nobody talks about it. Journalism, education, information.
Dookie and education every week.
Well, we try to limit the Dookie, but every once in a while you got to point that Dookie out. And When I was all the way in Eugene, smoking. That song's still going. I'm trying to run into the algos. If you could help JJ, go ahead and do it. Just turn it down.
The algorithm. Oh, don't worry. I'm pumping the algorithm.
Yeah, just mute it. Just play it on something else and just mute it so we can seed it in the algo for the rest of the songs to come in, On that note, it's talking about being on the same page and Dookie. AQ has a question about a dynasty.
Yeah, the Chiefs play the Chargers this week, and with a loss, they're all but eliminated from the playoffs pretty much. Why are they so bad, and what is going on in Kansas City?
Dude, first of all, that sweatshirt is just top notch. I tweeted about it a couple weeks ago. I mean, that piece of merch is just phenomenal.
Still waiting on mine, Fanatics.
Agree.
Sorry, I was mesmerized by the shirt.
Sorry, Connor used it as a chance to take a shot at Fanatics.
3 weeks, yep. Everyone seems to get theirs in 2 days.
Games in 3 days. Games in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, JH, go ahead.
I mean, the Texans' defense is unbelievable. I mean, obviously the Chiefs have had their issues this year just in general, but the way that the Texans defense is playing and the way that their Matt Burke has them humming is just, it's incredible. I don't think anybody at all wants to see this Texans team. And I mean, the 4th and 1 decision in this last game was obviously a very interesting one. You make it, you're a genius. You miss it, what happens. But even more so the next one, when they went for it on 4th and 4 on their own 41 with 5:31 left and all 3 timeouts. That was just another one where it's like the Texans offense just had not moved the ball literally at all in the second half. And they gave them a short field 2 times in a row there. It was just interesting. And in the past, those are those downs where you're like, the Chiefs, without question, get this 4th and 1 here, or they get this 4th and 4 here, and they figure it out. And all these 1-score games this year, they just have not gotten those that they have traditionally gotten for whatever reason it may be. And obviously they're missing a whole bunch of old linemen and everything, but just it does seem to be at the current moment that they don't have that magic that they once had.
Let's talk about the magic, though, that the Houston Texans defense has. There's some stats from Hembo talking about the greatest Texans defenses in history. This year, they're averaging 16 points per game given up. All the other great defenses in Houston's history had one man wreaking absolute havoc all over the place. And whenever you look at these years, 2011, 2014, 2015, you can't help but think about Vince Wilfork, we just talked about. You can't help but think about Brian Cushing. You can't help but think about literally that you had studs all over the place. Houston has sneakily
Reem Jackson,
D'Amico,
Whitney Merciless.
Sneakily,
D'Amico
has been known as like a great defensive organization. I think like that is a very real statement that you can make. Draft Mario, Super Mario to get to Peyton. Obviously draft JJ. They spend a lot of money on defense, always have. This one potentially not only Texans historic, but like league-wide historic, JJ. And on that note, they have that defense that's unbelievable. And if CJ can get going, which we all believe he can, the Texans can go on a run and maybe even win the AFC South. And then the Colts just signed a future first ballot Hall of Famer. So the Colts can win the AFC South for sure. And then there's a team down there in Duval that you just had eyes on. Go ahead, D-Bug.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on it? Because a lot of people, speaking of Dookie, a lot of people were calling Trevor Lawrence Dookie, but he's turned it around as of late, playing some of his best ball. BTJ as well, he's turned it around this season. What's your thoughts on specifically that offense and Trevor Lawrence going forward? Like, can they be a real team to deal with down the stretch?
Yeah, I don't think they get anywhere near the credit that they deserve. I think that just kind of probably because of the way their season has gone, and they didn't start out with a crazy hot record and then continue it, but they have found it as of late. First, making some big changes at their bye week, and then also having some tough conversations after that collapse they had in Houston where they gave up the big fourth quarter lead and lost that one. The thing that I've noticed by far about the Jacksonville Jaguars, now having called them twice this year, is that there are really no egos in that building when it comes to let's just figure out what it takes to win football games. We don't care if that means running the ball. We don't care if that means quarterback has a wristband, doesn't have a wristband. We don't care if that means that we draw up the most beautiful plays of all time. If they don't work, we're not going to run them. We're going to run whatever's best for our offense, for our players, and that's how we're going to win. And they've done it. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Anthony Campanelli, the defensive coordinator, has done a phenomenal job, not only encouraging incredible tackling. They do not give up yards after contact. They tackle really well, and they also have coverage in these takeaways. They're taking the ball away at an unbelievable rate. The very first offensive play of the game for the Colts, they ran an RPO where they thought they had the look they wanted. They got the linebacker to pull up, but what they didn't see was Devin Lloyd was purposefully dropping back into that window. They gave this like false little look and tricked Daniel Jones into an interception. So they're hitting on all cylinders, and they only continue to get better. And Trevor Lawrence, this game, played a phenomenal game. And I think that Brian Thomas Jr. and Jacoby Myers have only had 2 games together, but you're starting to see what that unlocks in this offense.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about down in Jacksonville being a good thing. And we were just talking about Houston obviously being a good thing. We got eyes now on Phillip Rivers at practice.
Here we go, yes.
Anthony Calhoun from Wish TV here in local Indianapolis. Not only is he just talking and, joshing it up with Shane Steichen a couple of days after his 44th birthday, but also play action, drop looks good, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're... Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah, I think we're... Yeah. I think we're A-okay.
Same guy.
Okay, look at Hey, Josh, this is what I'm thinking. I need you to go out and just be at like 7 yards instead of 6 yards. That'd be a little bit better. Riley Leonard obviously getting back to practice today with a knee. Anthony Richardson out there obviously trying to gather some thoughts from Phillip Rivers, which I love. Obviously, that was a good sign from Anthony Richards early on in the season. Carly Ursay obviously talking to Shane Steichen saying, I like his form. I like the way he operates. I like the way he has a leader. What are we thinking here? Carly's actually saying maybe we get this out quick because Seattle's going to be bringing a lot of pressure. Shane says that's a good call. We'll go ahead and work on that. So Phillip Rivers balling. Shout out to Anthony Calhoun. Shout out to Wish TV. Letting us get eyes on. Yeah. I mean, every time I see that, literally you're giving an answer.
It's so funny, Connor.
What's so funny is Riley Leonard standing right there. Go home, Phil. Go home, okay? We got let Riley Leonard get a shot. All right, guys suited and booted right there. Take the jersey off, Phil. Take it off.
I thought the same thing when I saw Riley Leonard there. I was like, I thought Riley Leonard wasn't even going to be practicing. But Riley Leonard's out there.
Go home, be a paw.
Dan O said it yesterday on TV, too. Hey, Riley, what is your injury? You have to be 10 to. I'm not even reporting the injury. I get a shot to start quarterback week 15, my rookie year. I'm good. I walked off. I'm good. Nothing. So, but hey, it's something they know that we don't know. But I do love what I'm seeing from 17. Looks like the same guy.
Dan Orlovsky sent me a 1:30 video here while we've been live.
Thanks, Dan.
Who knows what that could be? I'm sure he wants to counter something that we've said.
Sully Tape or Wazowski, perhaps.
Oh, maybe he did break down Wazowski. Did you get to watch that, Wazowski?
Wazowski.
I did not.
It was sick.
I mean, I saw clips. I didn't I saw the clip where it was the interception, fumble, and the ball didn't move. I don't understand this. Is it just the real game happening?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's 10 minutes behind, but it's obviously Smazowski and
See ya.
10 minutes behind.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes behind. It was the middle of the game, and I remembered it was on because they ran like a commercial or something. And I was like, I'm going to go check that out. The game was playing on ESPN.
In Monstropolis.
No. The game was playing in real life.
Oh.
And then I go over to this Funday one, and it's in commercial. And I'm like, what is this game even on? Turns out they were like 2 commercials behind, I guess. So they were kind of having
at least
they're kind of having to track it. They were having to track it all. And it was,
how do they decide who gets to be Sully and Mike?
Well, I think blue and green probably with the Chargers.
I think whoever scored the touchdown.
Well, yeah, but like, who gets to be?
Look at this route by Mike Wazowski.
Call that a corner.
Wazowski was on the Eagles, right? And then Sully was on the Chargers.
Correct.
Green and blue.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Green and blue.
But I see. So Mike Wazowski catches the ball every play. It's never like a regular player.
No, he's hovering. He's supportive too. He cheered on his teammates a couple times.
Throws it
every once in a while. You'll see him playing cornerback every once in a while.
Sully's smoked on the edge. How about you set an edge?
Oh, don't. You see, you need to watch all the tape, okay? Because Sully was flying around the corner. He had a couple sacks as well.
Signed a new deal, too, right after the game.
Yeah, 5 years, $580 million.
Yep.
Who got that?
Sully. So the Chargers, they finally ponied up, paid their guy.
Sully got the guy that's dragging across the ground right there?
Yeah, $350 guaranteed, highest contract ever. I mean, one-handed snag for the game. So, yeah, I'd say it was worth it.
That happened, JJ.
We've had some ridiculous segments on this show. We've talked in depth about the bathroom and the toilet. This is nearing that territory.
What?
Excuse me.
Are you talking about Wazowski?
I don't think we're the target audience here. I don't think it was made for us.
I am.
Exactly,
Connor was certainly
legit. Watched the whole thing.
I loved it. I got kids that we switched to.
Were you on what Justin Herbert was on, or what? Like what?
Gee.
No, I wasn't yelling at any kids. I was just enjoying what they were putting on the TV for.
Yeah.
No, I mean because he had a broken hand. I mean, whatever you're taking.
No, I wasn't high.
Right. You never know. I mean, if you were that locked into Wazowski and Sully.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. As you can see on those highlights, the boys could ball a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I expected them to be able to do that. Wazowski had like a Saquon-type vibe and also a Jalen vibe. It was an interesting win. Are they dead?
Wazowski must have the best peripheral vision of all time because he couldn't see that ball. That ball was thrown to the back of his head.
He's a monster.
He's got one big eye.
He's got sonar.
Look at his Sally
timing player.
Look at this Sally. You kidding me?
Dragging his meat on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he ran a 40 like so don't worry about it. Jage, what do you think about Wazowski's team, the Philadelphia Eagles?
Good question.
Obviously, at the moment, it is not looking great. I mean, I think Lane Johnson's importance is extremely high. This was one of the craziest plays I've seen along the game in general. May not have been the most ever, but it certainly felt like the most turnovers I have ever seen in a game. It was just crazy. It felt like every single possession, something wild was happening, which is a blast to watch as somebody who has no skin in the game and doesn't care who wins and loses. It was fun.
I'll tell you what, Connor, I didn't think this before, but after watching Wazowski and Sully, and then we cut right to this highlight, that's why I said, what's that? Because the other one looked so much cleaner.
Well, I mean, that's the thing,
and
too.
realistic. I felt like the other one was just so much nicer whenever you see. This felt like I'm there. Like it feels like I'm in SoFi watching it. The other one, the actual play, like that's kind of lame now that I think about it. We need to start watching every game maybe 10 minutes behind in monstrosity or whatever we want.
Yeah, Monstropolis. And also it's like, you wonder why there are so many turnovers. Like, I don't see Wazowski out there. I don't see Sully on the field in this version.
Oh, because I can't detect him.
Bingo. Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, is that even, like, Wazowski makes that catch.
Yep.
Every single time. So, I mean, I don't know.
Jage, you need to have a little bit more respect maybe for Sully and Wazowski. All right, Jage, we're getting the hell out of here because we have a hard out here in about 2 minutes. But we would like you to do is kind of give us a 2-minute breakdown of the MLS Cup and what the World Cup team, the United States of America, is going to look like as we take on Paraguay, Australia, and probably Turkey in the World Cup as our soccer expert and owner. Thank you, Jage. Floor is yours.
I mean, I have no idea why you think that I would know about the MLS Cup or the World Cup. I have two teams in the Premier League and in La Liga that I am most deeply concerned about.
Real
I
leagues, you
can't
can
say
say
that
it.
I have followed along with the MLS Cup. No, I think it's great. Miami won, right?
Yep.
Messi.
Yeah,
Messi,
Porco.
You have followed.
I mean, I saw the photos.
Going to the World
I
Cup,
see
I
it because of Gump. I see it. Yes, we do. I see it because of Gump.
Okay.
First, we have players going to AFCON, which is the African championship. So that's always tough because you're losing some of your best players, but it is great. But I follow through Gump. Gump does a really good job with the soccer coverage, especially the MLS coverage, and clearly a big Inter Miami fan, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a CONCAFA pod host. Obviously, we follow along to keep up with the soccer news. Every once in a while, I'll do a Burnley or Espanyol update if things are going good. You said you guys are still in the Premier League. That's good.
Espanyol's in fifth. Espanyol's in fifth. We got Getafe this weekend. Massive one. Burnley. We've been going through it a little bit at Burnley. It's been a rough stretch. We've got Fulham
Rough couple of years.
on the weekend, so we would really like.
We need a win. We need a win against Fulham,
right.
Jays.
We're okay.
We need one.
Yeah. We are. We're on the hunt for some points. Lights just turned off in my house. Not a great omen, but I think it's going to be a great game this weekend. And Espanyol is going to continue to roll. I can take 15 more seconds here if you want. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm looking forward to living life. And you know what, guys? Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. You love them all the time, every day. Have a great day. You might change somebody's life. Love you.
Pretty good.
Good remix, bro.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Good remix. All day, every day. Love them. All day, every day. All the time.
Never know.
I wasn't prepared for it at all, and I thought I was going to find it as I started talking. As soon as I said to be a friend, tell a friend, I was like, you're going down the right path. And then it just went back to the love it. There's no love in there. There's no love. I don't know why I have
Maybe
love.
in your version there is, though. Maybe there is.
Love conquers all.
Bitch,
Making
man.
her own, Gage.
Sometimes you want the brain to work and it doesn't work, and then it just grinds your damn gears. Man.
Does this happen in the booth every once in a while? You get this upset, and Mr. Eagle has to go, Jake, it was a 3-word flub. We got more words to say. And then get
You ever, no, like, this is actually a good question for you because you do a show every single day, which is crazy. Some mornings you wake up and you're like, ooh, my brain is firing today. Like you're ready to roll, you're hot, you're like, nope, no question. And then there's mornings you wake up, you're a little foggy. You might like grab the coffee and instead of pouring coffee into it, you pour milk into it. And you're like, dude, what, am I here today? You ever catch one of those on a game day? Then you're like, hang on, I got to reset my whole life before I go into this booth or I'm going to talk some crazy shit.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Have you had those?
No.
Oh, you're just on every day. This is unbelievable, this guy.
We just wake up and go, brother. Yeah. This is your wake.
Kobe.
Let's say I do pour milk into the coffee mug. I'm telling myself immediately I did that on purpose. Let's keep it rolling. Excited to see what comes out here later. Let's go ahead and go for it. And we're super scripted, every day. So that helps too. So whenever you say, like, when you said you started with be a friend, tell a friend you're starting down a good path, that's every sentence. That's every sentence of every day. So yeah, we don't have time to have fog, brother. We don't have time to have the fog. Yeah.
Dude, Bruce yesterday cracked me up. Dude. When you had the clip of Bruce is struggling over here, I was dying laughing.
Me too.
Two times.
We all were.
He's bent over here.
Hot bat.
There's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of space. It's like this much room over here. And I just see his ass bent over in front of me, hitting the fucking microphone.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of
He's living. He had gator shoes on yesterday.
Yes, he looked good.
He had clean-ass gator
Always
shoes on
clean.
yesterday. It was... But we were talking about something that was very real. And I just... BA's ass just bouncing back and forth.
It was like the top of the hour. You're starting out with something. It might have been Phil Rivers or something like that. But
pretty big news.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I just see this legend's ass over here. And I'm like, all right, you good? All right, we keep rolling. And then all of a sudden, we dropped it again. Boom, boom. It goes down again. And then he's got to do the whole process. He's awesome.
Oh, it was Utah. That's what it was. It was the Utah college thing.
Investment areas, yeah. And we're back. Yep, you're doing great. Don't worry about it, BA. He is one of one. BA is one of one.
Ball coach.
It's great to get his brain on things. So are you, JH. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. Hey, you still golfing ever or no?
No, I do not get to golf. I thought I was going to golf so much in retirement. It has not happened.
So you hate that you don't golf anymore or would wish to golf, or have you pushed it to a later time in life? Like I have come to the realization golf time is later in life.
Yes, precisely. Pushed it to a later time in life. 2 kids under 3.5 years old and a job. Just not the time to be golfing. So
how many dogs you got?
That's it. I have 2 and they do not listen to me.
Oh, yeah, we experience that every week. Tex had a pretty good week this week, though, it sounds like. Tex!
JJ killed all the squirrels in his neighborhood.
Yeah, got them all.
We took care of the problem. They used some of AJ's techniques.
Nice.
Would you boil them or something? What'd you do?
That's
not my technique. I'm saying he was acting like he was just took them all down.
Look at AJ. Look
That's
at
like
I didn't boil. He said
That's
my
like the old
technique.
Sebastian Maniscalco technique of putting antifreeze on bologna and tossing it out in the backyard.
Jeez,
so smart.
What are we doing
I
here?
didn't say it.
Everybody's quoting
That's
everybody.
right. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do anything.
All right.
Tried?
JJ, we appreciate
No,
you, man.
I just thought about it.
All right, that's JJ Watt. Thanks.
Yeah, JJ.
Age. You know when he says, I tried the AJ technique, and then you go,
Yeah,
you
I was
boiled
already
it?
talking before. I was already talking before he threw me into the equation. So yeah, it's on me.
Oh, so you're like the fun day thing? You're like 35 seconds behind the conversation? Because it sounds like you answered immediately after he said the word.
Well, did you see him light up? He started lighting up. I'm like, oh, this dude actually really was killing squirrels all over the place. And then
I know that look.
I stepped on him. And then shut him down. He's like, I can't go into it.
I do it
That's
all
what
the
it felt
time.
like.
I do it all the time, brother. It's tough. It's tough. You got to really look in the mirror once in a while and say, you fucked that one up, brother, and just keep it moving. But on that note, I appreciate the fact that Jage says there's been a game day, I guess, this year where he woke up and he did not feel smart at all.
Yeah.
I do wonder what a psycho like JJ did in that moment. I'm assuming he found a cold tub. Yeah, I bet you there
Beat
was.
the fuck out of himself.
Definitely banged his head off the wall many times. Yeah.
You're not this stupid.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
First year getting this opportunity, it puts you in a big booth. Oh, that would be awesome. Just watching JJ be like, no, it's your fucking brain. If my arm's sore, I fucking work it out. What do I do? What do I do for my brain when it's not working? Yeah. He's been good, though.
I'm so pumped that actually.
He needs to keep doing what he's doing because he's clearly just living in the moment. You know, like that's Tony Romo, too. Like, Tony Romo very much lives in the moment. He's firing from the hip. Tony Romo's doing a lot of firing from the hip, and I think sometimes he sounds like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I think it's because he is firing from the hip. So I enjoy the kind of ride with Tony Romo. I've gone full circle with it. I loved it early. Then I was like, I can't do this. And then I'm like, actually, I respect the fact that Tony Romo goes in there and just is fucking living, calling a football game. And I think Jage has been living in the moment as opposed to like trying to force things, and he's trying to enjoy it because I think he does enjoy the game as much. He's a good listen because they're setting the tone, the vibe for the entire game. Those commentators, they're hanging out.
Have fun.
Yeah,
when they have fun, it makes it fun to watch, I think.
Yeah, we're watching the game with them. You know, like, hey, we're watching the game with you. So like, you're in our living room. So however you're controlling the vibes, which is why Tirico is like a vibe. Tirico's phenomenal. I think Al Michaels has always been considered a good vibe.
Yeah, I'm gonna need him tomorrow.
Why?
Yeah,
fuck us. Sucks.
No, it's NFL. Remember, we'll be praying for games like this, times like this, so we can watch like that as they play like ass. You know, like that.
Not this one. Not this one.
Falcons.
Mike Evans is back.
We've had a lot worse, I feel like.
We have, but just the way these two teams have been playing, no thanks. No thanks.
Titans Browns would have been a gift on Thursday night.
I agree.
What was the number on Thanksgiving? 22 million or something?
57.
57.
No.
Oh,
Amazon had like its highest.
Oh,
last
the Black
Thursday,
Friday one.
22 million. It was like the biggest standalone Thursday night game they've had. That wasn't a holiday.
22.8 million people.
Yes.
Now you can't compare that to the 57 million or whatever that like a network linear television has, because obviously the pipelines that linear television has into every business, every house, every yada yada yada, and linear television is still very much prominent, which is an interesting thing because I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get into it. When I decided to license show linear, a lot of people thought I was stupid because linear is yesterday. It's like, well, how long is yesterday going to be today, actually? Because we're living in it. So even if it is a 10-year, 20-year transition, that's still a long fucking time of linear still dominating and still having massive amount of real estate. So, like, how long is linear still going to crush? Feels like for the foreseeable future. Now, is it going to inevitably disappear? Yes, we all can see it. But when does that day completely come? We don't know, especially with all these numbers that keep coming out for what some of these games are having. But 22.8 million people having to go to an app to watch a game, like the amount of power.
They had to go there. That's what it is. They had to go there, right?
The amount of power. Like, that is an actual people mover. And then Amazon just sitting there with 22.8 million people on their platform at that exact time. It's like the amount of, they're already putting ads in. They're already fucking doing the shit. They're already doing the entire thing. It's like, that is a huge case study that the NFL is going to use for Apple, for fucking 20. You don't want 22.8 million people just to be on your app for one thing? Like, wouldn't that be a massive success? Yes, that's what we're all looking for. We're trying to get events to drive people to our platform, and then all our ancillary shit hopefully holds them on our platform. That's kind of the strategy. That's why you see these big events on all these streaming platforms. That's why you see Amazon, like, we got them on Thursday night, let's keep them there. Oh, we're going to do music afterwards. Remember they were doing like a concert series.
Yeah.
Titty Boy was on it. I saw him, by the way. Dapped up Titty Boy. Twice.
Okay.
In a very short period of time. So it felt like it was maybe a forced second one.
No, that's normal.
Yeah, okay. But it was a quick interaction. He walked in. Holy fuck, Titty Boy. That's what I said. We're in a lot of very, you know, the money in the room that we were in is pretty high. Me and Gumpy not really supposed to be in said room. You know, we don't even have a seat, actually. We're just kind of standing in between two buffet runs. But it was very nice to be where we are. Sushi roller right here. Okay, had some great fried chicken and popcorn over here. Had a little bit more. I mean, it was a phenomenal setup. No seats. Everybody was in there already. We got in there late. So we're just kind of eating awkwardly in front of everybody, talking to people that are doing our thing. Just ordered a Jack and Diet. Thank you for that. We're at the Atlanta Hawks game. And in this store, say about 100 people in here, 70 people in here. In this store, holy fuck, Titty Boy. Me and Gumpy both hit each other like this. Fucking Titty Boy's here. He gets within earshot. And I make sure he knows that I know that he's there. Holy fuck, Titty Boy's here. And he goes, Pat. And I go, holy fuck, Titty Boy knows who I am. Then he walks over, quick dap up. He has some meetings or whatever. I said, I want to let you know, man, I'm different, got me through like about 2 years of good times. So I want to let you know I appreciate your brain. And he said he watches the program. We need to have Titty Boy on this show.
Oh, yeah.
We need to have him on the show ASAP. Maybe through the NBA season.
Oh, yeah.
You hoop, too. Hooper.
Yeah, former
He's still doing that Most Expensivest. You ever see that show he did? It was awesome.
Yeah, he was smoking like gold weed while he was doing it. That was crazy. That was crazy what was going on. But yes, we need him to because I think I don't want to give away business. I think he's part of the NBA. I think
when we went to that Hawks game for whatever Thursday night football game you were doing there, all their merch he designed or like was a big part of like the Peach Street stuff that they were selling. Like it was, like it was awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how I got to seeing 2 Chainz right there, but boy, Titty Boy, you need to know. We appreciate you around here, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a lot of stars at that game. When 2 Chainz walked in there. He had 10 of them on, by the way. Was it 10 chains I think he had on?
Yeah, at least 7 or 8. Had the sickest Supreme, like fur kind of coat. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, hair looked so cool coming out the back. Had little sunglasses on. I mean, he looked fucking awesome. Ben Shelton, tennis player.
Yeah, big sumbitch.
With Trinity.
Yeah.
So I met them. He is big. Stood up.
He's like 6'7", isn't he?
Yeah, so somebody from the Hawks. Because we know. I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4".
6'4", 6'4".
The lefty, right?
Yes. Dog, 23 years old.
Thinking of John Isner.
So he walks in. Somebody with the Hawks. It might have been Mr. Coonan. Mr. Coonan, Steve Coonan, one of the owners of the Hawks. We know him. He's the one that invited us into this room. He comes up behind me and he goes, "Do you like tennis? You do now. Ben Shelton's walking up here." And I actually knew who that was because he's a young kid, right? And I immediately thought to myself, I think he's in like a relationship. And I turn around, Ben Trinity Rodman right there, like within 2 feet. And I go, I stand up. I'm like, "What's up, dude? Trinity, how you doing? Very nice to see you." Obviously, I hope my daughter ends up playing on the U.S. national team. You are so awesome, so cool. I like the way you guys kind of shot your shot at each other and you guys find love in a hopeless place. And then I check Ben real quick. I'm like, "How you doing, man?" He's great, knows the program. So I immediately go into shit talk. Which sport would I do best against you? Ping pong? Is ping pong the one that I could get you? He's like, I'm pretty good at ping pong.
I'd assume.
I say probably nothing.
Don't do any kind of
no racket games.
Well, I told him
cornhole maybe.
I told him I want 18. I want 18 though. Like if we're playing 21, I want 18 points.
Oh.
And he said, "What? So I'm going to do 10 field goals and you're going to give me 6 of them and I have to make 7?" And I'm like, interesting. Then you look at how athletic he is. I started watching highlights of this motherfucker. He could kick a field goal. He could play soccer. This guy is unbelievable, and he is big, and he is a dog. Immediate shit talk to me. As soon as he started talking to me, I'm like, yes, love this guy. And also Trinity, shit talk as well. I'm like, yes. I love what the next generation of athletes is like. And, yeah, he's a beast. I think we got one. I think we got one in Ben for the future, and Trinity as well. I think we got it was cool to meet him. That place was loaded with people is what I'm saying. And what's that? What are you?
Oh, no, nothing.
What are you? There was a face.
We certainly got one, but
just the highlight we chose there. But
yeah,
no, I love Shelton. I'm a big fan.
Was it not a good highlight?
No, it was just him played Yannick Sinner, who him and Alcaraz are kind of like Ben Shelton's unbelievable, but those guys are.
No, Ben Shelton's on his way.
I agree.
They're both younger.
If we have any Americans who are going to win a Grand Slam, he is it. But those guys are really fucking good.
Yeah, and Ben's working his ass off. Okay?
I know he is. I want to see it.
And I saw him throw. They were throwing tennis balls, right? Was it tennis balls, Gump? Do you remember? I think that because it was him. There was like 5 tennis players that came out. 5 big names.
Yeah, they were just chucking, was it tennis balls or shirts into the crowd?
Naomi.
There was like 10 of them they brought out.
Osaka. She was one. She came out. Ben Shelton came out. Who's some others?
Jack Sock.
No.
Coco Golf.
Andre
Coco Golf. Yeah.
No, none of these. Maybe it is
Nick.
But,
What's the
yeah,
name?
him.
Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Sabalenka threw one.
Sabalenka was there.
He was there.
Nick was there.
Really?
Okay.
Eubanks.
Oh, okay.
He was there.
Drew Eubanks.
Was there a big event in town? Obviously.
I don't know. I don't know if it was tennis night, and then it was also black fraternity and sorority night. At halftime, there was a full step show that took place.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to say, I think the Qs won. They had the most energy, and they were certainly the loudest. And the Qs in the crowd, we were sitting right next to a group, definitely the most pumped whenever they hit the. What's this? This is the group that was there.
That guy on the right.
Curios.
That is Nick, right?
Curios,
Yeah, so that was the group. That was the group that was there. Ben Shelton's on the far left.
How tall is Sabalenka? She's tall.
I think she's 6 feet. Yeah.
Jeez.
But I'm saying it was a who's who there. And that's kind of how the Hawks operate. It's like our team, yeah. Our team's going to be good. where you sit. Well, you can sit in this hangout area. You can sit in this hangout area. We got a buffet over here. We got a hangout area over here. I think they can get 17,000 in there, but it's a lot of open spaces, and it's always like a who's who of people just coming. Anybody that's in town just comes through games. Hang out. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Hawks, thank you to Hawks for the hospitality.
Hell yeah.
Food was pretty good too. Sushi roller right there.
Not bad.
I gave it domo arigato.
Mm-hmm.
It was
The food
sick.
was great. No, that was Mercedes-Benz.
Same though.
Atlanta.
Same companies.
people?
Yeah, same companies at both places.
Great.
All right, let's take a break. Before that, I think we have to call attention to something that is happening tonight, I believe at 9 p.m. 30 for 30 of Stuart Scott. Booyah, a portrait of Stuart Scott. A man who passed away in 2015, but obviously legacy carries on forever because of the enthusiasm that he had for sport, the enthusiasm he had for life, and the ability to make everything seemingly sound awesome. Shout out to Stuart Scott. Shout out to ESPN for honoring him, and we cannot wait to watch tonight. We'll take a break, but before that, why don't you check out the trailer for what you can witness tonight about one of the most important faces in the history of sports media.
Hi there. Surprise.
Michael is butter because he's on a roll.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
You can't stop authenticity.
Booyah!
Stuart was exactly like you saw him on camera, off camera. He dialed it up 10%.
Can you imagine the impact of young black boys and girls looking at that going, I feel seen?
Whoa, get up, baby!
He changed the culture. He changed sports.
We're still bringing it.
I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the hell I've seen, it make your stomach turn. I think you know why I do what I do when I do.
Started with 133 teams vying for one of these coveted 12 spots for this 12-team playoff, and it came down to 2 teams in the great state of Indiana kicking this entire thing off.
I might drink a little, I might smoke a lot, counting down the good times, staring down the clock, throw some
The best year of college football that it's ever had is about to have the greatest playoff it's ever had, and it all starts right here in front of Touchdown Jesus and his beautiful Irish people. And I think if you say, "Go Irish!" Hoosiers! They'll do that all night. If you make this kick, I will double his kick to $500,000. I will also donate $250,000 to a charity of Chris Daly's choosing. Yeah, let it go.
Oh, God.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Proud of you. One kick, $750,000. The Lord is watching you. Man down. Man down.
That's all right.
$1 million. And there's a bunch of that have been made. There's a lot of them.
We don't just beat top 25 teams, we beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Google here.
But one thing you didn't learn from me is talking all the shit you talk.
Welcome to the most electrifying atmosphere in all of sport. I know European soccer fans are wild. That's like 30 to 60,000. You're about to see all weekend 100,000 plus bananas atmosphere, and that is one part of the reason why college ball is so damn great. Why are the girls here?
Is this not a fun show? No fun. Serious show? Serious football. Alabama Jones is very serious.
You know, he was trying to be funny, which I get it. And, you know, my daughter Kristen loves him, so that's kind of soothed the soul a little bit that somebody in our family likes the guy.
I choose to believe. In front of Touchdown Jesus and everybody looking down. IU gets a massive win over Notre Dame. Shane, I'm sorry.
You're a real scumbag. I thought Coach Cignetti coming out here was a real disgrace to the game. He left his players in the locker room to go get some camera time for himself. I know a legend like yourself would never do something like that. Would you?
No.
No, it's disgusting. I saw it. I thought, wow, what a sad, disgusting program. Notre Dame by a million. Go Irish.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own 2. Jeremiah Love
Might be fiction for a blowout here, fellas.
Couldn't wait to get to the wonderful state of OH! In the SEC, coming up to the Big Ten, when it's cold as hell, we shall settle the conversation here in beautiful Columbus. Coach, that hairline, you get a haircut every day?
Not every day. Not every day.
Big beard, big boot, Peters in tow, 500. Oh, this guy sucks. Holy, this guy's the worst we've ever seen. Just took out the Ohio State cheerleaders. $1 million here, JD Level. Yep, this guy sucks at kicking, but we appreciate the hell out of you, Jeremy.
Hey, There he is.
He has once wiped 100 times.
What? Wiped what?
Yeah, 100 times. There are actually people out there, psychos obviously, that like the non-frosted Pop-Tarts. Gary's probably one of the best football players I've ever been around. Non-frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
Now, I, at one point this year, was the mayor of Cocktown.
You were the mayor?
Mayor of Cocktown, yeah. They voted me in there, and this is my
How do you become the mayor of Cocktown?
You just got to go around and say, listen, I heart cock. I heart cocks. Sorry, numerous. Whenever we found out that there was going to be a college football playoff game in Columbus, Ohio, we were all jacked up to see this Ohio State faithful be showcased to the entire world about how much they love football. Then we walked out here to this game day set this morning, and it was like, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Rocky Top, Rocky Top. Well, in that song, they say it's home. Home for me is the North, and the cold is going to be Dahn. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes representing for the Big Ten. How cool was Sean Perkins, the Ohio State football team, for allowing us to hang out in their facility pretty much all day Saturday? They had 5 TVs set up, a bunch of recliners. Roosters supplied some phenomenal food. Arctic temperatures. AJ Hawkins on two warmers. Darius Butler from South Florida. He's fucking in for it. You can check up on about third quarter, fourth quarter. It's all we want. It's all loose. It is. Hand off on the count. Travion Henderson in the open field. Travion Henderson is scoring another ton for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Story of the game thus far as Chip Kelly is going mad dummy, bruh. All of Ohio is excited. They were singing long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. First read, second read, third read, scramble, ball on the ground, check down. Would hate to be a Tennessee fan or a chair near Morgan Wallen because they have no hope right now. Will Howard, check, Jeremiah Smith, touchdown!
By and large, these games have absolutely stunk, Pat.
Peter Herbstreit raising an absolute hell.
A couple people up here with that smoky orange face paint on that are feeling like real assholes right now.
As we look to the exits, and the Volunteers fans are saying, get my ass back to the South. This one's over. Bounces it. Touchdown! Ohio State. Boys, that was wide ass open. Scott left-handed. 500 drones. Ones that we know about. This game's over, but we're still bringing it. Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, UP. Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Watt Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, hour 3 of the program.
begins now.
Football!
He's the greatest. That's AJ Hawk. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet, host of Everything DB, Good D, Bad D, which we will see in a matter of moments.
Yes, sir.
Darius J. Butler is here. Congratulations on the Uball title.
Thank you, man. It's beautiful sitting here.
Stogies right there.
Beautiful sitting
Man. Team Bone and Butts just dominating or what?
Yeah, they're putting bones in butts.
Man.
Bone in butts.
Bone in butts.
You should make T-shirts, guys.
Don't make me say it, guys. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get us canceled.
What?
Can we stop saying that name?
Okay, well, D-Block is the name of the team now. Okay, he put that right there at the end, hashtag D-Block. But
Try to get in front of it.
Yeah, the former team, Bone and Butts, is their original name. They lost the first game out the gates here to me and Foxy.
Mm-hmm.
There were certainly some situations that arose in between the next game where I was potentially asking for maybe an exhibition game as opposed to a contender game because me and Foxy for the last 3 months haven't been able to really practice or work on anything.
Right.
Every single game has been a thing against every person that's played this game for the last 3 months, every single day.
Fighting champs.
So I just wanted to work, and we didn't have as many teams around. People got out of here whenever we started playing, so there was only a certain amount of people there that actually play U-ball. So I didn't want to just, all right, we're just going to give you another opportunity. Like, hey, this is a good time to maybe work on some stuff. You know, so for us to maybe change up our game, change up my shot maybe, which I'm in the middle of a swing change. You know, that type of stuff. And U-ball said, or D-Butt said, that's not U-ball. Puts his hoodie on, jacket, acts like he's going to leave. He goes, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's not what U-Ball is.
That's not.
Exhibition? I thought you were fighting champs or whatever. It's like we fought for 3 months, every single person, multiple times. Just trying to do a little something, maybe get better at the game, you know, because I do enjoy the game, but, you know, we're kind of pigeonholed into being the champs all the time. We don't get to have as much fun as everybody else, you know.
Boo. Yeah, losing is much more fun.
Well, at least you can experiment stuff because if you get your ass beat one way, you can try something else. So for us, I don't even think we're anywhere near our peak. I think we haven't even got a chance to really practice. So I just wanted one of those. In Bone and Butts Classic, just say, nope, not doing that. And I wanted to play. I want to get a little exercise in. So we allowed it to happen. Had something in my eye. Had something in my right.
What does it sound like to you, AJ?
That's tough. That's tough.
I said all these things before the game, though. I would like it to be
No.
I said all of these things.
The eye was mid-game, mid-championship game. Because Bone came out hot.
He pulled up a hammy after getting beat deep.
Exactly.
It's my right eye.
Exactly.
I get it. I understand. Yeah, you can't see, you can't play, man. It's tough.
I'm watching in stereo here. You know, I mean, what am I supposed
I've seen Foxy play through with that pulled calf. Look, worthy champions. I've seen you guys battle. I've seen you guys make walk-off shots. Great defense. You posted defensive highlight the day before we won.
Yeah, we're great on defense.
We
you guys
are. were
as well. You guys had some great defensive stops and some great points. You got to win on both sides of the
So
ball.
Bone's getting in the air now? Bone actually is getting off the ground?
Not getting into it.
Yes, he is, AJ.
AJ, there's rumors going around the U-Ball universe that New York has not reviewed the footage of the championship game yet, so still to be determined.
No,
I'll just leave it at
that's
that.
not real.
Well, Foxy's the only one who talks to New York. And,
Exactly.
New York is his phone. So, I mean, Foxy's certainly the one that would know.
We got to take New York a little bit out of it. They're a little more hands-off. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good if it goes, mostly because of effort.
Yeah.
So what happens a lot is D-Butt makes not a lot. I don't want to bury Bone because Bone has been playing great U-Ball and he's a champion. So I don't want to bury him too much. He has gotten better. Weird shooting thing. He's trailblazer. He has gotten very good. But D-Butt, you know, on the defensive end, makes like some insane play, you know? And then he tosses it to Bone, and Bone forgets that he's supposed to be in the air when he catches it. He catches it, and he's like, oh, I'm supposed to be up. And then he goes up and dunks it. And it's like me and Foxy were like, that's a great play by D-Butt. Like, that's an incredible play. So in U-Ball theory, good if it goes because that was maximum effort. But the guy that actually put the ball in is 10 toes down every time he touches the ball. So, you know, it's a
gentleman's game.
Good if it goes.
Yeah,
they're
gentleman's
the
game.
Add some in mine.
Okay.
I wanted to win with dignity, but it was tough after reviewing some of the footage from that particular game. And I would like to let you know, you guys were a good team.
I'm proud of Bone. He took control at the end after we won the first round because usually you guys like to start shooting, and we end up being, the bottom of the ninth. But he was like, no. So I'm like, hey, no, D-Butt. We had to have a little powwow. And then he came out with 2 for 3 first round. So, hey, all right.
They really did. So D-Butt goes 2 or 3, I think, in the last inning against us to beat us. Hits a walk-off game winner. Okay, so he hits 2 out of his 3 shots from the opposite free throw line. D-Bone, I think, hit one of them. So they had a huge final inning to beat us. It was like big comeback. Boom, go ahead and win. And then now it's a championship game. And you can either start on defense or offense. And we always start on offense, shooting, because air balls are minus points. But if you're not on defense, you haven't accrued any points yet. So you're not really affecting yourself. It's strategy. It's smart strategy of the game we have found. We've been in champs for 3 months. This is how we play. So, like, we have found this to be our strategy. Anytime somebody has got to a championship game against us, they have just basically allowed us to continue to play with our strategy. Like, yeah, we're going underneath. We're going to shoot last because they think they're going to make a lot more shots than they are going to make tips. Defense is where you get all your points. Tips are just, the shots are kind of like a bonus. So D-Bone and D-Butt, whenever they win, D-Butt's like, yep, we're going down defense. We're going to do exactly what Foxy and Pat have done for this entire run. And I will say, I did not expect it out of D-Bone. D-Bone said, D-Butt, we're not getting into this. We're shooting first. And it was crazy to see. It was actually crazy to see Bone do that.
Padawan a Jedi.
And then he fucking steps up first one. Splash. D-Butt fresh off of going 2 for 3 the last inning. Splash. Bone, splash. D-Butt miss, I think. Bone miss, D-Butt make. All of a sudden, we're down 8-1 or something.
Yeah, it was tough.
And it was championship game, and it's like, holy fuck, we're about to actually potentially lose this thing. We are maybe going to lose. This is the first time we've ever really felt that way. And it was admirable what you guys did.
So new teams? Or we can just keep doing this. And
yeah, we got to figure it out. I don't know what my Uball future looks like.
Whoa.
I spent a lot of time doing this when I couldn't do anything else, Okay. Winners stay on court. Can somebody else fucking play? No, winners got to stay on the court. I would like to go right over there, though, for about 10 minutes. Maybe sit down for a second. No, got to play. Fucking somebody else wins the title. Sorry, all right.
Who held the title longest? Who was it? OTC? Or was it somebody else?
Bruno Sammartino held the world title for like 7 years or something like that.
Okay.
I think. But the OTC...
Bob Backlund not too far behind either.
Eugene had a couple good months.
Good run.
I don't think we're talking world championships there with Eugene.
Eugene got one. Oh, we double checked with the Miz. Eugene got one world title.
Did you check with Gilbert too, just to see?
Nah, Gilbert unfortunately didn't get one, but Eugene did.
Remember we had Gilbert on the RV?
Oh yeah.
This show is.
How could you forget?
You people that are watching our show right now, thank you so much. You have no fucking idea how terrible this thing has been since the jump. Since the jump of this show. I mean, we've done some horrendous stuff. Things that we thought were going to be good ideas and then just end up not being fantastic. Like the back of a box truck. We're going to take down to Louisiana with no air conditioning and do a show live from that.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare. 135 degrees in the back of that box truck. Go for it. All the techs shutting down immediately because it's too hot, turns out. So let's go pick up some fans from CVS and see if that'll help. That was a good idea.
Yeah. On the flip side, it didn't really have, the heat wasn't great. So we did one in Pittsburgh and it was like -5 in there.
Tech was breaking there.
Yeah, that was tough.
I thought we really changed the game though. Back of a box truck with a studio. Just drive
it. was cool.
Plug it in. It had a plug on the outside. Just plug it into a thing. And then we have full studio inside of the back of a box truck. I really felt good about it. It worked for us.
Brilliant.
It did work.
You guys made it work.
It was awesome.
Made it work.
It worked for us for a while, but there were some drawbacks.
Certainly very stressful for certain aspects of it. But no, it did absolutely
What
work.
do you mean stressful? You talk about like in the back room there?
Yeah, like that was still when we were, putting the podcast up and there was a lot of editing involved with it and it just like never worked ever. Like, or something always went wrong. And
how about the phone though? That was easy to operate.
Yeah, the phone was certainly easy to operate. When you're trying to kind of ride the levels, and then you got like 800 people calling in. You try to put them through, and for whatever reason, that doesn't work. So you got to go back and dick around with a bunch of stuff. And the space back there was very tight. Me, Foxy, and Zeke were kind of sitting on each other's laps back there as well. But
box truck only can be so big as the lane.
Exactly.
The lane of a road is really all you got.
You forget that.
That's really all you got. The width of a lane is all you have. We've taken a winding road to get to this point. We're very thankful for everybody that has allowed us to do this for a living for so long. We assume you will all stop watching. When you do that, we will stop doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you guys do that and choose to do that, we would like to let you know we understand, right?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, AQ. You're only here once a week. What do you mean? What do you say?
Why would anyone stop watching?
No, they will. You know they will.
Why would anyone stop watching?
I would if I was them, but we appreciate the fact that they allow us to do this for a living, and we'll continue to try to provide things that maybe make the sports world better. Like, for instance, the top 5 performing offensive lines every single week when we go in the trenches. AQ, who are the top 5 O-lines of week 14 of the NFL season?
Let's start with number 5, the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers get a huge win against a division rival, Chicago Bears. I love this play. We're going to leave 2 to the front side. The front side's the right side. End man on the line of scrimmage is going to be the kick out from the guard. Tight end wrap. Wiley, look at the block by Aaron Banks. Squeeze through there, +10. This is who Green Bay is, by the way. Josh Jacobs isn't going to break it for 40, right, Ty? He's not going to break it for 50 very often, but he's going to give you 6. He's going to give you 7. And by the end, in the fourth quarter, he's going to give you 10. And before you know it, they got 100 yards rushing, and they pass block their ass off.
Jordan was awesome, too, yesterday.
Yeah, that is kind of because, like, last year it really was. They were only going to go as far as Josh Jacobs could take them. And they still need him to be good, no question. But they are at their best when Love can push it downfield and kind of be aggressive. And, I mean, we said, like, I think all 3 of the touchdowns that he threw on Sunday against the Bears were 3rd and 8 or longer. So it's like that when the explosive plays get back, like that's when they can really be at their best.
And versus the blitz. Keep eating him up. He's going to keep lighting you up.
We like the Bears defense too, right? This is a great performance against a great defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dennis Allen's been great, as D-Butts knows. I mean, he came from New Orleans. He's a legend down there. Great defensive coordinator, but he lives and dies by the blitz. And whenever you can pick it up, Jordan Love and the Packers did a great job.
The Bears 1 year away, 2 years away.
Quarterback's got to get a little better.
But that's what I'm saying. By
But will he?
In that system,
he's got to take steps.
Oh, you're saying you don't know if he will? I thought we all just assumed he will because of where.
I'm not assuming that at all. Is anyone else?
I think I assume he will.
I assume you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're assuming. You're not assuming.
I'm not.
You're saying a lot of work is going to have to go into that.
100%. Yeah, he's going to have to get better.
It is also tough because like Bo Nix and Drake May both got exponentially better this offseason.
And he had a brand new offense, brand new everything happening. But on that note, Ben Johnson's offense, we all just assume is like electrifyingly good.
And a couple other guys did too, yeah.
Brand new offense.
As a Packers fan too, like they are much better, but like the Packers are still very young. Like the Packers aren't going anywhere either. And like the Lions, you're like I guess we'll see what happens. But like we're talking about the Lions being shite, and they're 8-5 right now.
And you know who else we're talking about?
9. Who
coming off
threw for 163 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions against maybe the worst team in the NFL on Sunday.
He wasn't asked to do anything else. Okay, he threw 3 touchdowns. He had 123.9 super duper speed.
Yeah, quarterback rating, passer rating.
The rating.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that goes over 100.
Right.
Passer.
What's that one go to? Because I saw 130 the other day.
158.3.
Holy fuck, what a perfect number for a rating to go to. That's what we needed. We need more of that. We need 158.3 to be the top. It's like when I'm with fucking Gumpy. Hey, what's the temperature outside? And he tells me fucking Canadian weather.
Right.
And then
22 Celsius.
Yeah, what? And then there is an equation.
Close to -2 Celsius right now.
Yeah, and then we go to fucking ChatGPT. How do I do this? And they're like, well, actually, subtract 22 from it, and then you should be able to get to it. It's like, well, what if it's negative? Do I add it? And it's like, well, that's not accurate. It hasn't been right at all. So I don't want to have to do all that. Okay, so just give me the 100 one. I don't need the 158.3 one because my brain isn't good enough to know what's fucking an A and what's a B and a C in that.
They also do like where a guy will go like 19 of 32, let's say, and throw a touchdown, and his quarterback rating will be shit, and they'll be like, it would have been higher if he would have just spiked the ball on every single play.
Yeah, when they go like 39 or something is when
Yeah.
It's
like turnover-worthy plays.
Yeah.
It's all that bullshit that isn't real.
Now, I have a question. Do they say that because what that play actually equates to in a QBR when you have to spike the clock, when you have to spike the ball? Like in that situation, what a spike is in that particular case, the scoring of it, are the people just assuming that that score would remain the same for each play if they were to do it on first down, second down, third down, and fourth down for the entire game?
But I don't understand
like,
it.
Does the situation matter?
Well, when a guy throws a touchdown, that's the best possible outcome on that play. So how do you grade that? like, well, this guy was open, and he had to throw a little bit tougher of a throw. It was a touchdown, but he probably shouldn't have thrown it.
Oh, we're
there.
not getting
It's
into this. We hate this.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's the DVOA and the
Right.
DVOE where
Yeah.
it's like over expected, over average. It's like normally someone who makes this throw is an interception, so that's technically a turnover worthy play. They score a touchdown, but I mean this goes into the whole PFF thing where Geno Smith throws for.
Did they
100
take the
yards.
rankings off on Sunday night?
No, they didn't.
They did not.
No, and a lot of players on the Texans, especially on their offense, this might surprise you, were ranked very, very low.
Hey, we got a good one for you tonight. Look at this shitty group of dudes. Why would they even want that?
Their O-line, I mean, their whole entire O-line. One of the guys wasn't even ranked, Titus Howard.
Just a dash?
Nothing below it. And I'm assuming it's because he plays tackle, but they've moved him into guard.
Probably.
So they don't
even know where to rank him.
So they don't even know what to fucking do.
They should take the best rating that they have for each player. This guy has the best 2 steps in the history of ball or something. Try to make it look good as opposed to just burying these people.
Do the rankings change week to week? Like, say you have 2 Sunday night games. Could you be, 25th out of 100 this game and then 60th the next game?
Later in the season, it's going to be harder to move drastically. Obviously, early in the year when there's less amount of reps, you can obviously move with you. This is all law of averages, brother. It's all law of averages.
Core GPA.
That's right. You're basically set right now. I don't know if there's enough wiggle room for you to make a big drastic change, unless you just completely shite the bed, I guess. You can try.
That's so.
You can move down, I think, quick.
Definitely.
I think it's hard to move up.
Yeah.
Where he is where he is. Good luck the rest of the way.
That's the way it goes.
Who's number 4 performing offensive line coming out of week 14? Whoa.
The Denver Broncos.
You like this team. It feels like this team has been on here a couple times.
Yeah, I do like this team. I like the group up front, and I really like this running back. RJ Harvey's been fantastic, but this is duo, right? They got all the people in there, multiple tight ends, extra bigs, and we're just going to run. Who are we going to find? We're going to find Quinn Miners, right? Run between that gap. Find Quinn Miners, find McGlinchey, find the guys that you've paid $100+ million to, and run between that whole boys.
Look at those feet.
Who's 60? Who's 60?
60's the center, Luke Wattenberg. He just got paid too, by the way.
Watch his feet here.
Yeah.
Bang.
How good is that? How good is that? Look at Garrett Bowles on the left tackle. He's been paid. I mean, this whole group's been paid. By the way, it's a pretty good thing to know that if you're playing the Raiders, you're most likely going to be on the top 5 offensive lines that week. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, the Raiders suck.
Yeah, real bad. I mean, I'm almost positive every single week they are on the defensive side.
So Max Crosby is just getting double, triple teamed, and then everybody else stinks?
He makes his plays, but they don't. I mean, just look at that hole. You just run up the interior. Look at that Barry. Jeez, I didn't even see that until you just mentioned that. That's incredible.
The burial? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 60 there at the bottom of the screen.
Boom.
You got a mean streak in it.
That seems to be a little violent, doesn't it?
That's what you want.
Broncos offense good enough to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they are. The crazy thing is, I think they're dogs this week. I mean, along with New England, they're both dogs, and they're arguably the 2 best teams in football. But yes, what Bo Nix has been able to do,
the fuck,
I really like. I really like what Bo Nix is able to do. Did you see what he did in the overtime?
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about it. We'll just move on from this conversation.
Something popped up.
Something just popped up on the backboard here. Number 3 performing offensive line at week 14 is the Tennessee Titans. I've said publicly into this microphone, hey, I try to find out who's going to win the Super Bowl from the fucking top 5 performing fucking offensive lines every single fucking week. And we got the Tennessee Titans on here?
Can they do it?
They went against
AFC South. It's a juggernaut.
You also got to understand, this is the last week of buys, I'm pretty sure. I think there's no more buys, so all our good teams that are on buys are back. So the groups moving forward for the rest of the season are going to be the really good groups. This group, however, went against the Cleveland Browns.
Good defense.
And they beat the shit out of them. They really did. They held Myles Garrett to 1 sack. They beat the shit out of them, and they ran the shit out of the ball. They ran for almost 200 yards against this defense.
Yeah. How are they so bad?
I mean, it's certainly not their offensive line. I mean, it starts with their quarterback. He's young, and they don't have any talent on the outside. But the running back is Tony Pollard. We all know Tony Pollard. Great with the Cowboys. Been paid to go over to the Titans. And they got good players. You got Zeitler here out in space. Look at Kevin Zeitler. Zeitler's one of the best guards in football over the last 10 years.
There's 3 guys on the ground right
Let's go back real quick. Can we take a look at Gunnar Helm, too? Let's see number 84, second level. Circle, second level on the linebacker.
Nice.
Rookie tight end from Texas going and burying someone at the second level.
2 guys on the ground at his feet. He'll take both of those knockdowns. Feels like the Tennessee Titans shouldn't be as ass. Is that what you're saying?
They have to get better at the quarterback position and the skill positions on the outside and running the offense. But up front, they got guys. They got first-round picks across the board. They got J.C. Latham. They got Kevin Zeitler. They got guys up front.
Skoronski.
Skoronski's incredible.
I've seen Cam make throws with my own eyes. I've seen him when he played the Colts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
AQ, who's 75? Who's the left tackle?
J.C. Latham.
Watch him here. What's a little vet move in?
Little slingshot,
and then use your body, then get your body on the other side so you're setting a pick. That's beautiful.
That is a little slingshot technique.
That Bama? You got Bama?
Yeah,
Latham, yeah. He was other guy's favorite O-lineman this past offseason.
Tennessee Titans offensive line coach was Mr. Callahan.
Yes.
He was a good offensive line coach, right?
Very good.
So, why do they suck?
I mean, their scheme wasn't very good. And, let's just call it a spade a spade. We can sit here and say what we want about number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. He's not there yet, period.
Well, and that's the thing. Every single press conference was Callahan going like, "Oh, you want to call the fucking plays?" So, can you learn that much?
Angry.
Yeah, can you learn that much from a guy who doesn't know how to speak?
He was so mad.
Just always yelling.
So mad.
I mean, Paul Kuharsky would just be like, "So, what'd you think about your game plan this week?" And Callahan would literally be like, "You fucking come up with it there."
Yeah, but Paul would have a little sauce on it.
He would. He
Paul
always
would
had
say,
something.
game plan in which we lost by 30. How do we come up with it? Like, there would always be something. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Callahan just couldn't help it. He was dog with carrot here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually going to
I'll take the bait. Fuck you.
It was tough to like him, wasn't it?
Every time.
It was tough to like him.
And huge fan of a guy like that who comes from a football family with a legendary father who's an O-line coach who then leaves his team to come coach for him. That guy on paper is someone that you fucking love. But then every single press conference he had to just eviscerate someone for asking him a football question.
Nothing sums up Brian Callahan's tenure better than I don't know what this is. Well, I don't know what the hell what does that say? What is that word there? What is that? This just got popped up on the screen. The Iomair non-challenge in week 1. Plus,
so he's a receiver. Do you know that he's a 5th-round pick receiver from Stanford?
Oh, yes. Okay. I didn't know if that was some sort of stat. I didn't know if that was some sort
I was trying to help there. Yeah.
Better than the stat, this whole thing. So an elbow doesn't equal 2 feet. My interpretation of the rule was wrong. I misspoke yesterday. I'm well aware of the rule. Okay. I guess that is kind of that is a great representation of the entire thing. Yeah. Cam Ward, though, sounds like you're not. How about him on Caleb and Cam?
Well, I also
Both
think
these guys suck.
No, I don't.
That's what
I don't
he
think
said.
that. I think they have to grow, and that's just where we're at with rookie quarterbacks. They have to get better. But I also think last thing on this thing is the Callahan head coach versus that Callahan old man who's the O-line coach run 2 different schemes, right? Bill Callahan comes from this scheme. I think there was kind of a little bit of butting heads based on, hey, let's bring my dad in, great offensive line coach, but he likes to do this with his O-line, and we're running a scheme that does't really necessarily benefit what we're doing with my players.
So within own family or something?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Dad.
At practice every day.
I think there's a little bit. I also think when you have a first round, when you have the number 1 overall pick.
It's like an Orange County Chopper situation.
I'm serious.
Yeah. The tunnel's always battled. I mean, they're making choppers, but it was 2 very different styles of making choppers.
That's sad.
You're saying the Callahan boy and Callahan fodder ran different styles?
I think it was 2 different styles, and I also think you try and force when you have a number 1 overall pick, hey, let's just drop back and let him throw it 35 times a game. I don't think that's the answer for young quarterbacks either.
You sure about that, son?
Yeah.
Oh, in front of the whole team?
Yeah.
Here's my resume.
Dad, why don't you come outside real quick? You motherfucker! Don't ever fucking challenge me in front of the fucking team again, old man! Sorry about that, guys. That won't happen.
Right in the hallway.
Just walk back.
Big succession. Yeah. You want to call your dad? No. You want to call your fucking dad?
They need a Mikey over there,
Yeah.
That's what the Tunnels had. They had Mikey, the other brother that really had good vibes.
He did balance him out. He did.
Well, the other Callahan brother, talk about a temper. Makes those 2 look like MLK.
A unifier.
Yeah, that guy is a hothead.
The Callahan family, I guess not. It was like when, some people describe family vacations like we're just picking up the drama and taking it somewhere else. They did it. They did the Nashville, man. They did the Nashville. It's unbelievable. I didn't know that was the case until right now. I thought it was a good story they were coming together. I thought it was potentially becoming them versus the Titans. Maybe the Titans were kind of what you're saying is maybe the Titans saw what Dad was doing and liked what Dad was doing a little bit more than what Son was doing. And then the dad was saying, boy, I've been telling you your whole life you need to do this.
Just need to run the ball. Like
Number 2 offensive line of Week 14 is, wow.
The Miami Dolphins. I can't wait to see the matchup this week.
Man,
Miami
a lot of
Dolphins.
losing records on this top 5 offensive lines.
Yeah, there is.
Not for much longer.
Not for much longer. That's right. Tell him, Gumpy. This group is fantastic. fantastic. And let me tell you,
fantastic.
Yeah, I like
you see what I did there?
I like that.
Let me tell you, they have been so good running the football recently. If you watch this clip right here, start the fullback one way. Alec Ingold is as good a fullback as there is. And Aaron Brewer, if he is not the first-team All-Pro center this year, I quit. He is the best center in football, hands down. And this is why, because he runs to the next level and he runs people off the screen. Look at that little torque at the end. But he's the reason their run game is going.
So the Miami Dolphins aren't ass?
No, they've become very good. And it all started when they fired their GM. I'm not sure what correlation that is, but all of a sudden they became good at that moment.
What was that, Gump? What do you think and why?
Chris Greer stunk. Also, Austin Jackson came back, and we're just sticking with the run game. McDaniel's done with it. We're not doing the stupid shit where we're dialing up these dumbass plays, just pound the rock. Nobody can stop our run game. Going to keep doing it Monday night in Pittsburgh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's go to one half of the Hammer. Dahn. Cowboys live in Hammer. Dahn. I didn't know you had the number 2 offensive line this week on primetime, Tone. Are you scared to death about Retro Rodgers maybe having to run into a dynamite Dolphins squad?
Yeah. Super scared about the Miami Dolphins coming into 18-degree weather. Steelers have won 22 straight Monday Night Football games at home, and they're wearing Color Rush. So, yeah, I'm shaking over here.
You are shaking?
No. It's fucking Dolphins, dude.
All right. Let's move on to
Is Achane hurt, guys?
No, his ribs hurt.
Doesn't matter. The back
They were
running back
beating the
ran for
shit out of
100
the
too.
Jets so bad he could take the rest of the day off.
Oh.
What was that?
His ribs hurt.
What's that inflection you're using? That?
Oh, my wibbies hurt.
Is that your daughter? Are you being your daughter right now?
What is that?
He's being Mason Rudolph, maybe.
Oh!
Coming in for Aaron Rodgers for a couple plays.
I don't know what that means. I don't speak Canadian.
Thank you, Tone. All right, let's go to the number 1 performing offensive line of Week 14 of the NFL season.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams, hands down, by far the best O-line this week. 250 yards rushing, 280-plus yards passing. They did whatever they wanted in the desert. Let's look at this backside. Alaric Jackson, a little seal block on the backside on Darius Robinson, and then boom, out the gate. Damn. Terrible fit by the safety. But having said that, 48-yard touchdown run right there.
We knew this was going to happen, right? Puka was one of the ones. Puka Power, it's a game he's calling.
Yep.
Offensive line that is now automatically showing up with whoever's playing against the Arizona Cardinals because you're seeing them. There is starting to become a little bit of if I get my eyes on these things, all of a sudden I'm a little bit more impressed. This Los Angeles Rams offensive line, Super Bowl worthy.
I mean, the problem is every time I'm watching these games against every team in the NFC West, this is what they're doing. It's not good.
Arizona Cardinals, 9.5-point dogs this weekend against the Houston Texans without both of their starting tackles. Sportsbooks know something that we don't know, but on the Rams side of things, they are one of the 3 NFC teams that we see as representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. That's an accurate assessment.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I think their offensive line's fantastic. The stuff they're doing in 13 personnel is great. Their tight ends are great. Their receivers are great. They got 2-headed monster with the backs. Let me say this. I watched Matthew Stafford come out 1 for 4, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to have a chance. Cardinals come out. They score right away. It's 7-0. Then all of a sudden he throws 13 of his next 14, and just everything just starts going.
Yeah, he went 1 of 4, but before that, they just ran it right down the Cardinals' throat.
Yeah.
I mean, which goes to your point here about the offensive line. All right, shout out to the top 5 performing offensive lines in Week 14 of the NFL season. Congratulations to them. We appreciate the hell out of you big boys moving bodies for the betterment of ball. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get smarter. It's time to go to the secondary. It's time to go to some defense. It's time for good D, bad D, everything DB with DB Darius Butler.
Yes, sir. We'll stay in the NFC West. You got a rookie making waves. They got, a bunch of talented guys on this defense from the front line all the way to the back end. Devin Witherspoon, one of them, but Nick Emenwari, rookie, Swiss Army knife, made history in Seattle. Field goal block, sack, couple TFLs, and a pick. Just roll the highlights. This whole defense might be down. We talked about them. His defense fly around. They do a ton of different things. They're good against the run. They harass quarterbacks. It's going to be a headache facing Uncle Phil this week. We'll see what they got up their sleeves, but this guy is an absolute weapon. We can get to the tape and see him on the All-22. This is first and foremost, this is the blitz. And you try to figure out who's coming, where they're coming from. You see the different disguise rotating, linebackers popping out. You pause it here, fire zone, 5-man pressure, and pretty much almost like a quarter shell on the back end.
How do you stop that? He was the 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. There was another guy that thought he was coming.
I mean, it's just so good. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Every single week with Mike McDonald, he is creating things in pressures that we've never seen before. Literally. Never seen.
You can hear the.
Phil Rivers has seen him. Thank you.
Yeah, you can hear the right here. Dadgummit!
Thank God we're hearing something. It's when we stop hearing things that we got to be worried. But this defense is a real deal.
It's real deal. You
Watch
get a better
48
look.
cross the face.
Yep.
Watch 48 cross the face.
Pause
Boom. Annihilates two guys.
Yeah, if you run it back a little bit, it's just those like you have blitz paths. You got to be disciplined in those blitz paths, almost like routes as a receiver to open up. 48, beautiful. He's doing his job. 5-3, he's doing his job on the edge. And you open up that lane for 3. When he gets back there, he's gonna make it count. He's gonna get him down on the ground. Big hitter, can play in coverage. He gives you so much versatility on that back end. He's unbelievable as a rookie. You talk about, BA talks about having your rookies ready around Thanksgiving. This guy's been a dog all season long.
Timing of the blitz, you're born with it?
Some guys are better. I think right now just watching tape, like Nakobe Dean probably times up blitzes better than the linebacker for Philadelphia, 17. He probably times them up better than anybody. But it's a field thing. It's a practice thing, walkthroughs. These guys spend a lot of time with each other talking about it. The defensive coordinator knowing when to call it. At this point, this was, just an all-out assault. You're up a bunch of points. You're in a must-pass situation, so that's when you're going to get all the good shit.
But guys are better at timing than other guys, right?
For sure.
Like, that's just a natural thing.
For
Being
sure.
able to understand what a cadence is, what they're looking to do, not give it away so much. That's why they talk about Hall of Fame Harrison Smith. Like, he has the timing in which his disguises and what he does is a big thing, but he's born with that, right?
Timing it up and acting skills too, because AQ and those guys, they're looking at guys, quarterbacks, they're looking at guys. And sometimes the DBs, it almost doesn't matter what they do, because sometimes O-linemen can look at the front and they can say, okay, they can only come from this side. And with this particular coverage, like the safety couldn't really blitz because 2 would have been completely uncovered. So you kind of know those different things, but still when you time it up in the offense, they got to be on the same page post-snap as well. Running backs, they got to be on the same page. Sometimes they're scanning across, so they may see something late. It only takes one guy to be out of position. You get a free hitter at the quarterback.
All right, let's roll. There's some more good D.
Hell yeah, another one. Devin Witherspoon in the slot. We all know about him. Fantastic young cornerback. He can cover. He can blitz. He's all over. Number 3 receiver right here. We always talk about tips and overthrows. And you see this play, like it looks almost like an easy catch because it's tipped up in the air. But you see DBs, linebackers drop these type of balls. I think I was talking to you during the Packers game a couple weeks ago. It's like, damn, if they just caught half of these, they'll be leading the league in interceptions. So catching this play, being in the right spot, Devin Witherspoon, he does the tough sledding there and then making it count on the back end of a big third down. It was 20-6 at that point. Falcons maybe never had a chance, but right there, that's when that kind of avalanche just gets going.
Thank you for showcasing how good this defense is. So whenever Phil Rivers does his thing.
Yeah, I'm just giving Phil some more film. I know he's seen all this. And these coaches now, most of these coaches are younger than Phil at this point. He's seen, where these trees started from. He's seen, Rex Ryan and all the old guys in these trees. So this is elementary. But I want to make sure Phil sees it, though.
Yeah, he's older than McDonald.
What's that?
He's got a point there. Phil Rivers is older than Mike McDonald.
He's been around ball a long time, Will. So you better have to bring your best stuff. And speaking of bringing best stuff, we talked about E-Man there. He had
field goal block too.
Yeah, like a nasty field goal block.
I mean, like full extension, right off the right hand, perfectly timed. He didn't block it.
Talk about the timing of this.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, like here's a timing. Like, you're born with this. I don't think this is like a thing. Ed Reed had it. Troy Polamalu had it. Obviously, you remember through the greats of the past, they were able to just time things up perfectly. To be able to get to a field goal operation off the edge, like without any push, kind of low kick mess, the timing of your get off has to be insane. And then the athleticism of the bend and the grip that you have to have outrageous. So they're great everywhere in Seattle. That's good.
He's an unbelievable football player. Witherspoon, same thing. He can cover any receiver in the league and one of the best blitzing cornerbacks in the National Football League as well.
But can he cover somebody when Phil Rivers is throwing the ball? Has he found that?
See.
Haven't heard anybody that could cover Tyler Warren or tight end.
Yeah, especially if Phil Rivers. Is Phil Rivers good with tight ends?
I don't know. He just had one go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, who just went in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he's a basketball player. I think he's pretty good with tight ends. We'll see. Maybe more Seattle highlights next week.
I doubt it.
They could fucking kill us, it looks like.
They could.
But Uncle Phil could do it. All right, there's more good D around.
Another great defense.
Oh, we got to play them at some point.
We'll see. Hey, once again, just feeding Phil, more intel on these guys. Jalen Petrie, he's having an all-pro season. This may be the first time, I'm not sure, we have to run the tape. This may be the first time a Guardian cap has made an appearance on Good D, Bad D, but he has been unbelievable. This entire defense, the corners on the outside, Stingley and Lassiter, they bring it. Lassiter as a cornerback, he's He's there. He's like a tone setter on that defense. Bullock, the free safety, who knocked the shit out of Juju after the tip. He's been the best free safety, deep ball safety in the league. And then Jalen Petrie, he's unbelievable. He can play in the slot. You see him one-on-one right here. Juju Smith-Schuster matched up with him. Undercuts. We talk about tips and overthrows. How about tipping it to yourself and then going and finishing the play? And he's not just, a ball hawk. He's got 4 picks this year. But he will take your head off as well. Just an absolute heady player, instinctual as well. So the next play, you'll see the big hit that we've seen. You'll see how it kind of happens from the all-22 side of things. It's like a zone coverage. So up top there, they're like a quarters or a cover 2 type match. Down here, Stingley, he's going to match the tight end one-on-one. And you're just looking for work back there. Looking for work, reading the quarterback, reading the eyes, and time him up, line him up, and a big-time legal physical hit from Jalen Petrie.
Time him up, line him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great bar right there. I mean, he certainly did both of those things.
Oh, yeah.
And it was clean hit.
Clean.
And he had the guardian cap on, so he saved 33% of the contact with Rashee Rice's shoulder and jaw, which is very nice of him to do that for what the contact could have been. Rashee, good sell. That was Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
That was a Shawn Michaels type.
I don't know if he's working. I don't know.
He definitely, that's a big bump. Boom. And he sell, bang, and another one. I mean, that's Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, exactly.
The type selling. Yeah. And I was hoping he was okay after that whole thing.
Whenever your shoulders are the first thing that hit the ground, you know, like if you run it back, like whenever your shoulder, that's, what did the old coach say? AJ ass over TKO or some shit like that. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that's a big time thump right there.
And Rashee Rice, by the way, he did. Gets back up.
Yeah.
After this, gets back up.
Continues
to play. Yeah, a lot of respect, a lot of toughness. But I do appreciate that Petrie had the big hit. And I also don't mind that people want to go over and fight a little bit. I saw some people that were like, can't be fighting on just a big hit. It's like, nah, you definitely can. Just say, hey, that is not how this is going to go. Creed Humphrey, I think it was Creed. No, what's his name? The center.
Creed
Humphrey. Creed Humphrey was over there within like half a second, like in his face or whatever, and it's like, I don't mind that at all. And there's people on here that are like, this Chiefs team can't even take a hit without getting a fight. I'm like, I actually like that the Chiefs team is still fighting for each other at this stage of popularity and success and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he knows that if you're going to decleat somebody like that, there's potentially going to be a little bit of that's in every sport that is a physical contest.
And that defense feeds off of that type of shit. Seeing guys land on the ground, seeing quarterbacks slow to get up, seeing receivers or tight end complaining to the refs about getting held or guys being too physical. So it's a lot of that. This team, every week they come out and they're trying to be the best defense to ever line up and play the football.
Even the small little thing. Can you go back to that video that we were showing at the end? Look at old buddy pick up the ball too, just in case this is rule to catch and a fumble. I want to make sure that we have possession of the ball. Like that's a small little detail right there.
Yep.
That ball is on the ground. D-line's first thought is, I need to go pick this ball up. We have no idea what's going to happen under review. And then also, you're fighting. We're not fighting in there. It's like you look at every little aspect of what they're doing. It's all good ball.
Oh yeah.
Down there in Houston. That's why they're the number 1 defense in the league, and that's why they are a problem, and that's why they are a prime time problem, because the Boo Birds are coming out against them.
And to your point about Creed, like in that replay, I guess I didn't really notice it. He's talking shit to the entire sideline. Like none of them can do anything, so he has to, whether it's for Rashee Rice with a big hit or him or Petrie Dish talking shit to the entire sideline. It's like, hey, someone has to at least say something to this guy and not just get bitched around.
Is he the hardest hitter that's wearing a guardian cap? I think so.
I can't think of many.
I think most of the big hitters take pride on the fact that they're probably not wearing a guardian.
And I'm not certain. I think he's had some concussion issues. Who's the who wears the guardian cap in Buffalo? I think he brings a hat sometimes too.
Taylor Rapp?
Yeah, Rapp.
Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, some guys bring it. It's a different area. Different area.
No, but I just respect the fact that let's put the guardian cap on because I am thinking about my brain. Now, with that being said, you're supposed to be thinking about my brain. I'm not going to be doing that when I'm playing because I am flying. I mean, we're not changing our style of play at all. I'm adding a layer, okay? Do your job. Okay, that's what I'm expecting you to do because I'm going to do my job, and it's only one way, and I'm ahead. I mean, he is a hitter.
Jabril Peppers.
That whole him as well, but that whole defense from we all know about Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, Al Shahir. He always toes that line when it comes to physicality. He's gonna bring it. Bullock and I can't say it enough. Like Kamari Lassiter, number 4, their corners. His second year, like he wants. A lot of times we'll see usually in the trenches. Because offenses, they want to put the onus on corners and safeties to make those tackles on the third level. Like, he wants that action, whether it's blitzing, whether it's showing up in the gap. He wants that action. He actually was asked, I forget who was maybe Speakeasy. I'm not sure. One of the podcasts at that late night after games, they asked like who's like the first guy you want to send off the bus on your defense, and I'm thinking he's gonna say Will. Or, he's like shit me. I'm about that. Actually, I want all the smoke.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love that as a young player.
I love that as well. Some more good D around the league.
Oh yeah, we all saw it on prime time. Both of these defenses showed up, but the Chargers, they were unbelievable. Mentor, they play a ton of zone coverage. They're great on third down, and they're always aware of what's going on. It's a pretty common, simple route. If you run it back, we used to call this a dice route. You almost look at it when you pause it at the top, where it's almost like a 5 on the dice, and it's typically, if you pause it, go back, pause it right at the top of Jalen Hurts' drop. So they're anticipating the drop. You see that flat defender go. Dante Jackson's played a ton of ball. Boom. So it's pretty much like a 5 on the dice, right? Dice route. Dante Jackson is great, and Dan O said it was on Devontae Smith because he slipped. I don't care if he slipped or not. Jackson is all over it, put his foot in the ground. He's been playing great football this year, reading the quarterback, foot in the ground, boom, gets in front of the wide receiver, makes a big-time play. And it started pre-snap. You can see Derwin James at his safety. He makes communication as soon as he's coming over. Hey, whatever that communication, not only to the corner but to the linebacker as well, everyone's on the same page, everyone's covered, and big-time play. But it is, once again, this is week, 14 in this game. So this is like a day one training camp route, like curl flat, coffee. I mean, this is high school, college, like.
That's a pick no matter what, whether he falls or not. That's a pick. He jumped that so
great break, foot in the ground, unbelievable confidence of what was coming, big time play. So I know people will look and say, hey, this one wasn't on Hurts. It is on Hurts. It's on Devontae, and it's a great play by Dante Jackson.
Hell yeah. We appreciate the hell out of all the great defenses thumping this year. It feels it's a physicality group.
Yeah.
What defense will be able to lead their team to a Super Bowl? That's a conversation we haven't had in a long time. Feels like it's a real one this year. Congrats to all the good D on everything DB.
Got one more.
Oh, really?
The game winner.
Oh,
the game winner, and it stays with the Chargers. And it stays with the guy. Yep, with the guy who was on here last week, Tony Jefferson, who one of your former teammates, right, AQ?
That's right.
And he took a couple years off. I want to say not as many as
2 years. 2 years off.
Yeah, so 2 years off. You never see that.
Whoa! 2 years?
2 years, had a ACL. And then he took a couple years off. And he came.
5 years off, maybe not bad.
And he
probably helps more.
Came back and making big time plays. We saw him last week against the Raiders, running to the ball, talking about tips and overthrows. And this is him running to the ball again. Right here, it starts with Cam Hart though. Cover 2. Going to get Jalen Hurts sprinting out. You kind of have a flat 7 route. So he's reading this underneath defender. He's reading Hart. If he takes the low one, I throw the high one. If he sinks back and take the high, he throws the low. This is first down. You throw the ball away, in my opinion, overtime. You have an opportunity to win the game. Jalen Hurts with Khalil Mack in his face, unblocked. He tries to force the throw. Cam Hart does a great job diving in, getting in the window, tapping it up. And then Tony Jefferson, back-to-back weeks, does a great job on the sideline coming down with, in this situation, a game-winning interception.
Minter going to get a job somewhere, D coordinator?
Yeah. And Harbaugh has kind of been saying that from day one. And he won a national championship in Michigan. He was unbelievable. Harbaugh got the job, brought him here with L.A. They had a good defense last year. Great defense, I think, again, this year. I think they have a championship-level defense. It's just going to be about can the O-line hold up.
That's great, D, baby.
Hell yeah.
It's great trenches. And we got a great fight coming up. Listen, there's a fight about to happen that I think everybody on earth will be surprised when it happens and certainly loud whatever the outcome is. There's a man who was once, a child actor. Then he turned into an influencer. Then he became an empire, a mogul. Then he became a professional boxer. And all he's done throughout the entirety of it is try to do good for the sport, try to raise some awareness, and try to become a fucking world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a chance to fight one. Anthony Joshua will be his opponent, and this is the biggest, strongest, most talented guy that he's ever been scheduled to fight. That'll be happening on Friday, December 19th. It's being called Judgment Day, and I believe it will be Judgment Day for the legend, ladies and gentlemen, El Gallo, Jake Paul.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you for joining us. Congrats on everything, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Your venture
and
capital.
you as well, Pat, and you as well. You guys are always crushing it, man. It's really cool to see all the growth and all the things you guys are doing. So congrats to you as well.
And very cool of you to say. We appreciate that. Obviously, we got a chance to watch you lay a blueprint for a digital career. And now everything that you've kind of changed and grown into is awesome. All the while being a professional boxer. I would like to talk about your investment fund because I think you're one of the earlier investors in Parlay Market, which is now valued at like, I think, $8 billion, $9 billion, some other things. So congratulations on fucking everything, Jake Paul. You're not just some dipshit influencer. You know what I mean? We know that.
Yeah, no, sometimes I play that role for entertainment purposes, and I can do a little bit of everything. So I can be the heel, the villain, I could be a jackass, I could shit talk, I could be investor, businessman, CEO, boxer, whatever it is. You know the drill. The current state of modern entertainment, you got to do it all. You got to play across the board and be good at all these things. But, I've been in this game for, 12, 13 years now, and seen a lot of people fall by the wayside. But me and my brother have just worked hard and been super calculated and know what we're doing in this space.
I think the work ethic is obviously absurd, and you guys are a couple of Ohio fucks at your core, so we have massive respect for that. But obviously talent and having to understand where the world is going is a forethought that not a lot of people have in history. You're a trailblazer, you know that. Now let's get to your boxing career. You've been very, very, very upfront about how you want to be a world champion. You focus your entire life to boxing, it seems. We've seen you in other eras and chapters of your life where you're doing a lot of things. Then you turned your focus fully to boxing. You said boxing saved your life. You fell in love with it. Now you're taking on a guy who has done the same thing with boxing for most of his life. He has loved it. He has invested in it. He has fought the greats. He's been in the biggest fights. He's been champion. I think a lot of us were very surprised that this would be happening. How do you feel just a few days out? And what went into the decision to fucking fight Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, look, to me, I see a lot of paths to victory in his style, and styles make fights. We all know that. He's lost to guys who are shorter mostly and lighter mostly, and faster than him. I see holes in his game. I see punches that I can land that can hurt him. Now, he can definitely land punches on me, knock me out. He's more experienced, Olympic gold medalist, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. This is definitely insane. I have to fight a perfect fight to be able to beat this guy, but I think that I'm capable of that. And to me, at the end of the day, all of this is experience. All of this is fun. All of this is getting in there and continuing to improve my skills as I work toward a world championship in my own weight class. I'm fighting at heavyweight.
We lost him. They're trying to bog him down.
At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I'm getting better.
You're fighting at heavyweight. You cut off real quickly whenever you said you're fighting at heavyweight. How much weight is that more? How much heavier are you fighting at this for this particular fight?
Yes, I'm fighting like 50 pounds out of my weight class. Normally I fight at 200, and Anthony Joshua will be around 250.
Okay, so this fight's happening. There's people that have mentioned, like, there's no way this fight is actually happening, just strictly because of what you just said right there. I mean, the weight difference, everything else, signing up for this because you're supposed to fight somebody else, Tank backs out, now you fight Anthony Joshua. I think there's a lot of people that think this is all some gimmick because of what you just said right there. This is not the case. You understand that you're going in there with a man who's not supposed to fight somebody that is at your weight. He's supposed to be fighting heavier people that are bigger people, which in theory, stronger people, maybe more durable people. There's weight classes for a reason. In your mind, that is just, hey, this is a challenge I need to take on. That's kind of the mindset that you've taken?
Yeah, for sure. The fight is definitely happening first and foremost. We're 9 days away right now. But at the end of the day, I like fighting bigger guys. I was going in to fight Gervonta Davis and sparring against the tiny guys. They're like flies moving around the ring. Now I've reversed roles, and I'm the lighter, faster guy. And to me, that's something that I like. I can move around the ring, outbox them, outmaneuver them, land shots with my speed. And I believe that Joshua is very, very tough, very, very tough. But I see the shot that can knock him out, and I'm going to test his chin. And this could potentially be the biggest upset in, in the history of boxing, let alone sports, someone said the other day. It's right up there with, Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, and I'm going to pull it off.
Fuck yeah, Jake. Good luck out there, dude. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Jake, how do you see this fight ending? Is it going to end in a knockout one way or the other? Is that what you have planned? Do you think Anthony Joshua feels the same way?
I don't think he can knock me out because he's not going to be able to line up his shots properly to be able to land the hard punch. I think it's going to be a very tough fight for multiple rounds. But then when I figure out his pacing, his style, his speed, his footwork, he's going to get a little bit tired trying to chase me around, and then I'm going to set up the shot. I'm not going to say exactly what, but I see what it is, and I think it'll end in the 5th or 6th round.
I love that you see the shot. I I know that you're filming yourself work said shot so that we can have said moment in recap video of the to the real moment happening. And okay, Jake, I think you have to have that mindset going into a fight with somebody because you can't play boxing, obviously.
Yeah.
But whenever you have that type of forethought and that type of vision in work, and then it all comes to fruition on the other side, talk about fulfillment in what your decisions are in your life. Excited to see it. Now, speaking of decisions, a lot had to be made, I assume, fighting somebody 50 pounds heavier. Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously a huge change in opponents going from Tank to Anthony Joshua. So what was there a big change in training outside of changing the sparring partners, like a diet, maybe doing something to get a little stronger? Obviously you're going to knock a big dude out. Any big major changes in this training camp?
Yeah, we definitely focused a lot more on the strength workouts and lifting heavier weights. I started to eat a bit more, but I didn't want to bulk up too much. The speed is going to be the key here, but we brought in world champion heavyweight sparring partners, guys who are 270 pounds, 250 pounds. Sparring them, has been insane. I still got the remnants of
you're taking a little shot there. I like that you're taking those shots, though. Have to eat them.
Yeah, and look, that's what it's all about, preparing for the night. My coaches are some of the best in the world, and they tell me, look, we believe that the sparring you're doing right now is going to be harder than the actual fight night. They don't lie to me. I trust in my coaches, and I also believe that as well.
Big shots. Any of them that land, obviously, with the heavyweight is potential end of fight, which is why heavyweight fights are always the one that everybody is kind of looking forward to. You fighting at heavyweight is fucking hilarious, Jake. You need to know. From outside looking in, it is a hilarious concept that you're doing, especially whenever you guys, at the face-off, it's like, this dude is good at, because you don't have to do this. This guy does not have to do this. And I don't want to reiterate this to you as like somebody who's watching from the outside, and I know you a little bit, I think, at this stage. Jake Paul does not have to do this. Like I just said, he has an investment in Parlay Market. The thing's worth, one of the Series A investor in Parlay Market. Thing's worth $9 billion now, okay? All the different business ventures. This guy's had 7 houses in Puerto Rico, this fucking guy. Like, does not have to do this. It's all for love of sport, right? That's kind of what it is, love of sport that you found for boxing?
Yeah, no, that.
Oh, no.
Back.
Using me as a vessel to inspire the next generation of kids going from zero to the top of a sport in 5 years, right? If this fight was a couple months ago, there would be a heavyweight belt on the line. And when I beat Joshua, I would technically be the heavyweight champion of the world. This is a simulation of some sorts, but I truly believe that I'm here to show kids what's possible. And that's always been my mission since I've started, and is to inspire the next generation and create one of the best sports stories of all time. Like I said, not doing something and then rising to the top of it in such a short amount of time should inspire anyone to take action today and chase their dreams, because in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, you can rise to the top of industry if you're fully dedicated. And I believe that's what my story will show in a documentary one day.
Cannot wait to watch it all. You broke your nose. Is this new? I'm seeing your nose. Your nose is that from the same show?
More crooked, brother. I'm not going to lie. The sparring, the heavyweights, my nose has moved a couple millimeters to this camp. A guy by the name of Frank Sanchez, he definitely cracked it a little bit, so it definitely has a slight little something in there. But yeah, man, it's bad.
Frankie,
wait, hold on. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, Frankie.
I'm like Squidward, dog.
Hey, Frankie Sanchez, they talk about him. He's got that. You know, he's which one is he one of these guys?
He's the one right next to me on the left.
Those are gigantic dudes, bro. You once again, Jake Paul does not have to do this. That is the entire angle that I think kind of gets missed. And on that note, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Jake, when it comes to this fight, it seems like people either in like boxing media or like combat media, they've only criticized it just because of like, hey, this is what could happen. And I feel like you're no stranger to that. That's been every single one of your fights, whether it's Nate Robinson or whoever. It's, oh, he's just fighting this guy so he can knock him out. But on the flip side, like, has anyone commended you for taking this fight? Obviously, it's a massive risk, and it's like, this isn't just some sideshow. This is a guy who's putting a lot on the line here to face someone who's a former world champion? Like, has anyone reached out to you and said that, or do you not give a shit about any of that anyway?
No, yeah, there's been tons of support and love and respect, and people saying like, "Wow, like I don't even know if I like Jake Paul." Conor McGregor being like, "I don't know about him, but if he makes that fight, I have to respect him." Joe Rogan, the list goes on and on about the amounts of people supporting it and saying, "Geez, if he goes in there, we all just have to show some respect." But don't respect me for getting in there. Respect me when I beat his ass. That's what I've said to people. It's like, I'm not just going in there. I'm not just walking into a fight. I'm going to win. And that's what's going to shock the world. I will become the king of boxing and own the whole entire sport come December 19th.
Okay, let's talk about owning the entire sport. We had Nick Khan on, what was that, last week?
Talking about
the Muhammad Ali Evolution or Revival Act or something like that to be able for the new TKO promotion that is going to be running in boxing, launching in January on Paramount. I think you were in support of potentially the change potentially to the Muhammad Ali Act. Maybe you have your own promotion as well. Have you thought that much? Can you do a lot of thinking about the future of boxing while training for a fight, or is that constantly happening for you? And what is your thoughts on all of that, the kind of the state of boxing right now?
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I think the Muhammad Ali Act is good. I think it needs to stay in place. If it goes away, most valuable promotions in our company, we always treat fighters fairly so people can have a home there. I worry about it going away and other promoters in the game because boxing's a shady business and a lot of boxers aren't, business savvy and knowing what's going on. So I believe that it should stay. And that's my take on it. But the future of boxing, we're in a great place. And I think it's, we're moving into, I guess, the streaming era of boxing, which I believe can bring in more fans. Being the first to bring fights to Netflix where it becomes more accessible. Obviously, the deal with Paramount, more fans are going to be able to watch. And that's what the sport needs. And we need all the hype we can get so that the next generation of fighters go into the gym and we create future superstars that we'll see 10 to 15 years from now as they climb through the ranks and start fighting in the Olympics. So that's what it's all about, and I think boxing's in a great place.
All right, well, we appreciate the hell out of you for committing to the sport, loving the sport, and putting on massive spectacles for the sport. Cannot wait to see you go in there against Goliath, brother. That's Judgment Day is a great name. I mean, it is a great name. Anything can happen, and I want to let you know, proud of you, dude. This is a cool thing. Good luck in there.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. I'll see y'all. Keep crushing.
You too, dude. And tell Frankie to fucking relax. We got to fight soon.
Turn it up, Frankie.
Tell Frankie.
Pull punches.
Dial it up.
We need to kind of, honestly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Paul, we appreciate it.
Jake.
Frankie Sanchez caught him with one.
Yeah, massive right.
Deuce is big as shit.
Series A in Balling Market?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be getting
What is
punched
he
by
doing?
Frankie Sanchez. Yeah, like there's, especially with where that's headed.
Yeah, what a weapon.
Can we put the picture back up of who he's training with? All right. He left.
Just oxes.
We had to get to a new.
I mean, AJ's basically a good photo of it. It's basically AJ. You could probably break
those
that.
guys.
Those dudes are
Look how big those dudes are.
gigantic.
Like Julius Peppers always to the left.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually him
down there, yeah.
Shawn Merriman's on the right. Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? There's weight classes for a reason. Like there is a.
It's insane.
Wow.
Looks like Indomitian Sue.
Pop up.
On the far
Look
right.
at Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua is one of the scariest dudes on the planet.
I will say, guy on right actually kind of looks like Jason Pierre-Paul, who is back.
Yeah, he's back.
Congrats to JPP.
Hell yeah.
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champ's back. Phil Rivers is back. Man, it's starting to feel good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Boxing's back.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to distract Jake with any more ventures, but I think he should. Oculus Boxing has a lot of upside.
Get in there.
I think it has a lot of upside. It's a great workout. It's a great work. Chuck Pagano almost died.
Yeah.
That was the lowest level, easiest guy.
I mean, it's this time of season, too, where like things like that get gifted to older people. And then videos will come out of those older people testing them.
Yeah. So,
It's a very good time.
Face forward into a TV.
That's kind of fallen off, right? I think I saw a headline, something about Zuck has admitted defeat in the metaverse or whatever.
Which is
81
weird.
billion or something like that, I think.
87.
87
What happened to the property people bought? Where's that?
You know,
That's still very lucrative.
Yeah, store it away for a little. Wait a year.
A lot of
It'll go back up.
A lot of foreclosure in the metaverse.
I mean, people were getting mortgages out to buy property
$500,000
in a fake place next to somebody else. It's like, what?
Not just somebody else.
Snoop Dogg, maybe.
Boom.
I think. I forget who it was. You could potentially live next to Katy Perry.
What were you going to do?
Guy Fieri.
Hang out.
Well, you go in there, you put your things on, and then you get on that little treadmill. You walk out of the front door. Ready Player One, basically. And then you turn to your right, and it's like with Snoop every morning.
Yep.
Okay, which is sick. And then you turn left, and Katy Perry's up there with Mr. Boudreaux.
Justin. Yeah, her hubby.
Trudeau. Sorry. The previous leader of Canada. She's
Sorry.
And then you're able to walk, and then Zuck's just out there doing rolling in the jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
That's what I think they were selling. That's what people thought they were buying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it.
It just goes to what you were just talking about last hour about the fall of linear television. These things are coming, but everyone thinks it's like tomorrow. And that's just not a reality.
So are you saying hold on to your property in the metaverse?
I'm saying if you think you're going to be alive in 100 years, I'd hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass it down to my kids.
There you go. Exactly.
Yes. Buy more. I would say for you.
Yep.
No, don't. But I'd say
for anyone already in there.
No, you just hold.
Hold for your great
Right now, you
grandkids.
sell, you're getting zero. So maybe in 50 years, 20 years, you have a chance to sell it for something. But what is it that you have? Maybe nothing at all. And they won't tell the story, but maybe we will try someday. Boy, there's a lot of things that people try to get us to do business with.
Was it NFTs they're trying to get you to do?
NBA Top Shot you talking about? We actually still
Oh, yeah,
have
that was amazing. You opened a pack on air.
Yeah, which is just kind of...
You became a billionaire, I thought.
Well, if Zion can figure out this whole injury thing, there's a chance I can.
He will.
There was coins.
Oh, yeah.
Big coin run. People were trying to get us to sell coins.
Yeah, still going.
Yeah, the top NFT thing was happening. This thing was a thing that people were trying to get us into. It's like... It's good how dumb I am. Where I'm like, I don't get it. That doesn't sound real. No, it's a meta universe. You have property in there, and you start selling property within the meta universe. And I'm like, well, what the fuck am I? What is it? It's space in there. You want to have space in there, so then you can sublease your space, and then your space can be gatherings for your fans. Whatever the case, we'd like to pay you this amount of money to potentially put your name on some space in this thing. And it's like, that's a lot of money, but I don't fucking know what that is. I don't.
There could be unlimited space, right? Couldn't they just?
Oh, yeah, create more.
And that's why I said to the NFT guy, I was like, this looks like a GIF. So, can I get the GIF of this thing? Or
Oh, no. It's
That's
not
NBA Top
you
Shot?
own the IP.
Well, the-
you own it, they would say.
The NFT thing is going to be fascinating. There will be documentaries coming out within the next couple of years, and I don't know this for a fact, I'm just assuming, just about that business as a whole. Because people became billionaires off these NFTs. And artists, for one thing, sure, but like those ape cards, the scared ape cards, that was one of the biggest ones. And Bored Ape, yeah. And now those were selling for, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now they're worth pennies on the dollar. So, like, the documentary around that, just that one as a thing, let alone NFTs as a whole, will be fascinating just because I am interested in the entire arc of it.
Yeah, what was it?
How did it get that big? Why did it become that big? And then why the fuck did it fall off if it was that big in the first place? And then there are people with billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, who made money off of these things, and that money just doesn't disappear. So, like, how did they make that money, and then what did they come?
And not only them, then you can just move that right over, because NFT, I guess, coins, all these coins that people were selling.
Yes.
I think those are considered NFTs as well, but they were selling a bunch of those coins. We got pitched a coin in a couple $1 million. Hey, here's a couple $1 million. All you can do is sell this coin. Like, what the fuck is the coin?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing. You want to have it. I'm like, it's named after me? Well, your show, yeah. It's like, it's not that good of a thing then, if I had to guess. Who makes its value? Well, there's only a certain amount of them. Yeah, but what do they do?
Nothing.
There's only a few of them. Can I buy anything with it? Well, we could potentially try to get it access to be able to pay for something, but other than that, it's just you have the ownership of something that is not very big. That sounds fake to me. Well, but $4 or $5 million, right? You say for this. It's like, no, I don't fucking know what that is. I would like one of these coins if I would like it, and I don't want this thing, so I'm not going to do it. There was a run there of people taking advantage of shit.
Oh, yeah. It happened this year to people that we know on the internet. Not that we know, like people that we have seen on the internet. I mean, the most high-profile one as of recently was the Hawk Tua girl. The Hawk Tua girl who, was in that video and then had a podcast and things of that nature, and then she had one of those
You get offered. I mean, the pitch is very, like, I felt
bad.
Yeah, I felt terrible because, like, me listening to it, I'm naturally a hey, go fuck yourself guy. Like, I am with suits mostly. So whenever somebody's pitching me something, I am naturally going to not like person. Okay, that's just what I'm going to do. So then they're going to have to win it through this entire thing. But if I sense you're an idiot and I think it's dumb and I don't understand it, there's no chance we're going to do anything. I think that's documented. That'll come out. That's how I do business. And that's might be why some of these people say terrible things anonymously about us to, journalists and stuff, because I sense that they were stupid and dinosaurs and treated them as such when that never has happened before. But whenever something is pitched and I don't understand it, it's hard for me to want to jump in on it. But the pitch is very, it's like, hey, this is the work you got to do. This is the amount of money you got. We've done this with these people. This is the legitimate business. There is this that can happen. It's like, you can see how you get trapped up in all that shit. If it wasn't just for like, I'm fucking too stupid for that.
Especially if the person's trying to get you. Like, if the person's trying to.
There's a lot of good scam artists these days, too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good scam artists out there. They got some good text messages and emails these days. Shout out to McAfee. Learn more about that later. Let's get the hell out of here. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Tone, come on, dude. Tone, Jesus Christ.
Tony!
Hands down, hands down. How about when you guys get in a 3-point stance and we're taking a delay game?
It's the worst. It's the absolute
Hold!
worst.
Good to see you, Tone.
Good to see you.
Sick.
Great hoodie.
Yeah, where did you get that, man?
Fanatics, they actually delivered in 2 days.
Okay, so maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe your order goes to spam.
Yeah, I checked it yesterday. Nope.
They hear what you say.
Who, Fanatics?
Yeah. He heard you talk about him throwing a pitch.
That wasn't me.
That must be. I ordered a Micah Parsons jersey shirt. It was like $75. Came with a huge hole in the shoulder, and I was just like, all right, fuck it. I guess I just have to wear a long sleeve shirt underneath this.
Yeah, it'll be like fashion.
Yeah, it's not. It's fucking annoying, and then now the threads are coming out. So before you know it, I'm just gonna. That sleeve is gonna come off. But hey.
One sleeve.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life. We're in this thing together. Great work this week, D-Butt.
Brother.
Great work this week, AQ.
You too, brother.
Anything for the group?
Hell yeah. Army-Navy game. For America. On 3. America on 3. 1, 2, 3. America!
Goodbye!